Lost in the Script, episode 67, exploitation. We back.
Nigga forgot to mute his damn phone. What up with it though? That's my what's that, Detroit, right? It's Detroit slang. So I gotta go to my what's the New York? Is it dead ass?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with New Yorkers.
Oh yeah. Joe say he don't fuck with a lot of people. You see, he keep that same energy, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I
What
was
up,
called
though?
fake too.
Oh yeah, call it out.
Let's make sure you keep that same energy because you will be called out if you fake.
Try me. Anyway, what up with y'all, man? Hope everything is good with you. We finally back on this main page, I guess we call it. I hope everything been good with you. A lot of stuff to talk about again in this crazy world. We got a lot of topics to talk about. Current events, culture topics, geopolitical, a lot of things. All right, let's I'm gonna go ahead and get to it with the first topic. I'm surprised this story didn't people didn't point out something small, but should have been more of a thing pointed out. It's something small, but there was the Weather Channel had an incident where on the on television they put up a message to their viewers in Des Moines. What it said, "This is your Weather Channel, my N words."
But it's coming from a black.
But the Weather Channel, as far as I know, is owned by
Byron
Allen Media Group. So
maybe he wanted that message to go out to his people.
well, obviously he don't run it's his, but it's different areas. So you think some white dude just pulled a prank on them? And
I mean, it's Iowa, so I don't know too many black people living in Iowa, so but maybe there's a bigger population than we know.
Shit.
Out there. We know if there's any prisons out there in Iowa that there's plenty of black people in those.
Oh yeah, you want to find niggas in the area, go to the south, the west, or the jails.
Pretty much.
That's how they do this. But I'm gonna read this right here. The Weather
Or the
Channel,
courts.
huh?
The courthouses too.
Des Moines, Iowa is facing an insurmountable wave of criticism after they broadcast a graphic of the viewers that read, "This is your Weather Channel, my niggers." The incident occurred during a routine segment of the show called Local on the 8s. Although the image was only seen by local viewers at the time, once the photo surfaced on social media, it went viral, causing a national PR nightmare for the management team at the Weather Channel. Since then, officials at the Weather Channel in Des Moines have claimed that they accidentally showed the image after it produced by someone outside of the organization without their knowledge. The image did not originate with us, and we are in the process of investigating it further, wrote a spokesperson in the tweet. Later, the Weather Channel featured a viewpoint with an official statement, including an apology on Facebook. A graphic during the Weather Channel cable news network Local on the 8s presented in Des Moines last evening included a racial slur. We removed the graphic as soon as we learned of it. This did not originate with us. We are in the process of investigating further. We apologize to our viewers. Of course, it had to happen in, like you said, the whitest place. So it's like it really had no impact, I guess. Who you think was really calling in anger? You think there's anybody black actually calling them, saying anything?
No. It's probably white people that was upset that black people was getting a shout out. And they didn't like it.
Out.
They didn't like it.
All right.
Bishop. The bishop's been making the church been making a lot of headlines.
Yeah, the church been making
lately.
a lot of ruckus the last couple
Church on
weeks.
life support.
The church has been in the media a lot the last couple weeks. Yeah, they've been saying a lot of things that pissing people off, and
some of the things have been hilarious.
But
truth to some of it.
Yeah, some truth to some of it, but some stuff has been revealed, and now we got this situation.
Praise, power, and what?
Prayer, I think she said.
Prayer, PPP.
New York bishop and wife robbed of around $1 million in jewelry during live stream service.
Shouldn't have had it on. No way.
See, this is where a topic comes up when when you talk about people in church, you expect them to be humble.
Well, I'm sure that bishop would say, "Why you watching my pocket?"
That's what I'm about to say. I'm about to go into that. Hold on. Is it wrong for people to display their success? Is that wrong?
It's nothing wrong with people displaying the success. I don't know what he does for a living outside of being a pastor, so I can't say that he's using and abusing the church because some pastors, reverends, and you know, they have outside jobs and stuff they do. So I can't really necessarily say how he making his money.
Yeah, I guess so. What up, Brendan Jefferson? What up, bruh? What up, fellas? Finally made it live. Good to see you, man. Like, I'm gonna say this. I don't think it's wrong. Look, I guess maybe I'm just an asshole.
Yeah,
I don't mind assholes. I don't mind people who are confident or what people call arrogant.
Because you're arrogant.
I don't mind people who, I guess you say, show off. Because I just don't get offended.
Yeah, to a certain extent, it offends me for him to have on that amount of money in a church, especially where we're technically still into a I consider it still being in a pandemic, and you know, I'm sure he has people in the church that are suffering, lights about to get cut off, you know, bills due, and then he's walking around with $1 million worth of jewelry him and his wife have on. To me, that's pretty selfish.
I'm not gonna say it's not selfish. Obviously, I believe it is, but like I said, I just look at it like
you want the 1% to stay the 1%, and everybody else be poor. You're in that.
Where you get that from?
I get that vibe for you sometimes.
How you get a vibe that I want people to stay poor?
Well, because I've made the argument that certain people in professions shouldn't be making the amount of money that they make, and then you always go to.
You never answer the question. When I asked you how much should let me go ahead and just point out why he brought this up. We was having a conversation about wealth, and he said he don't believe billionaires should exist. And then he said millionaires, and the first group of people he pointed out shouldn't make the money they make are athletes. And I said, well, what should athletes make? No one ever says the owners of the team. It's always the players of the team shouldn't make that money.
I said celebrities in general.
No. In that discussion I'm talking about, we were talking about athletes. And you never gave me a number as far as how much an athlete should be allowed to make, even though they generate more money than a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher.
They generate more money than a doctor, a lawyer, and a teacher, but are they more important?
It's not about importance. It's about how much they generate. People pay to see them.
Okay.
Do people pay a teacher to watch her teach or him teach?
No, but a teacher pays to provide education to her students or his students.
The point is, no one's paying to see it, so it's not generating
I said her
money.
first because there's way more female teachers than there are male teachers, and we know they like that. So,
who?
What?
I know male teachers.
Not a lot. How many male teachers have you had in your life?
1, 2, 3, 7.
I've had 2 male teachers.
You count PE?
Okay, 4.
I had 7.
4.
So my experience is a little
different.
Had
1 algebra 2 male teacher, and I think I had one I had 1 English male teacher, and he didn't even make it past 30 days because a white girl accused him of sexual harassment.
Ooh.
And this was back in the 11th grade. I spent my whole 11th grade English year playing tic-tac-toe because we had a substitute teacher, and being asked dumb questions like what weighs more, a ton of feathers or a ton of bricks?
Both a ton.
Both a ton.
All right, let me show this video to get back to this topic. This is the video of him up. You notice in every article you see, they say he claims he was robbed. Have you noticed that? Every article.
So is he lying to get money?
Yeah, when I saw this and how right after the fact,
shorts money.
Right after the fact, he came out and was like, trying to make a claim as to it's not about what jewelry I had on. I can wear what I want to wear, what I can afford. I said, is this clout? Is he fake a robbery? But we'll just watch this.
We in the news with it. This what the paper said. All right.
Why he didn't make this dude or he get up and get on the ground? Only the pastor, not him? They just wanted to get him?
Well, maybe they came there clearly for the one that had the money. Everybody
get down.
Well, huh?
Everybody supposed to get down and lay down. One of the two.
Well, I guess he has they say he got a broke ass congregation. So they just here for him.
Now that's the alleged robbery. And I keep saying alleged.
It looked fake. It looked fake. This is the first time I'm seeing this.
They said it's I called it an alleged robbery. Every article has called it that. So I'm assuming they also believe
that it's fake too.
That is fake.
Damn, Travis, everything fake. Nothing real.
I mean, it is what it is.
Well, sorry, we live in a that's why they want you to go to the metaverse to live in a fake world. We already living in a fake world, but they want you to pretend like this is the real world and go live in an alternate universe.
The internet itself has already prepared people for the metaverse. People come on here and create fake personalities all the time, so they already live in a fake life. Now look at this right here.
A pulpit pimp.
This is what some of the stuff he had to say.
Pulpit. Wait, hold on. Christians listen to secular music?
Huh?
Christians listen to secular
Travis,
music?
the dude listen to Jay-Z, all that type of stuff. He got videos of him listening to Jay-Z, everything. We already know who he is. We already know what he is.
We back, y'all. We back. Bishop Whitehead. Y'all see Whitehead Estates. Listen, I'm telling y'all, join my real estate class.
Now this right here, when I hear him say real estate class, uh-oh.
What was that dude that Tone and Yvette was?
I can't remember his name.
Going back and forth with?
The one who started the Black Real Estate Fund. I can't remember his name. He was going back and forth with Tone. Well, he didn't go back and forth, but Tone was on his ass. I can't remember what his name was, but when I heard this dude right here say, look, let me be honest. Whenever I hear a Negro, I'm just being honest, start saying, please watch my real estate video, I already know, okay, hold on. It's unfortunate, but immediately I'm thinking in my head, okay, there might be a little scammer here. Let me keep my head on the swivel and pay attention to what's going on. This is just the internet. Every Negro that you see talking about real estate for the most part is scamming.
What's up, y'all? This is Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead, man. Y'all come out to vote. Early voting has just started. I will not.
Jay Morrison.
Jay Morrison.
Jay
yeah.
Morrison. That's his name.
That's his name.
God bless you. God bless you. This is Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead. And yes, I need y'all to sign up for the real estate classes. What's up, y'all? What's up, man?
Now, you get the point.
I thought he would been playing Never Would Have Made
He ain't his
It.
style,
He ain't play. I ain't hear no Alone in a Room. I ain't hear none of that.
Y'all?
That ain't his style. The man said that ain't his style. Let me show this one right here now.
What's up? What's up, y'all? What's up? This is the Bishop. It's a little chilly out here in New York. But I want to say this to y'all. Don't worry about what people say about you. They just don't understand. Stay fresh. Do you. Allow God to bless you.
And see, and that's why I was talking about when it comes to the church, I understand you're supposed to come in humble and stuff, but if you are a person who's living righteous and you're blessed, should you not be able to show that? This is not necessarily what I'm applying to him. I'm just saying in general.
Most people who are living righteous are, everybody in the Bible was humble, pretty much.
What do you mean humble? Solomon was humble?
Well, no, not him.
David was humble?
Not the kings.
Hey, so you said the scripture. That's what
Not
they talk
the kings,
about.
but
that's who they talk about. So what are you talking about? Humble?
it wasn't just the prophets and stuff. They were humble.
They were prophets.
I personally think you should be humble.
Okay, so back to my original point. Should a person who's blessed be able to show it if they're in the church and righteous living and stuff?
People can do whatever they want to do.
Oh, see, now
but that don't mean that you're not gonna be. You may not get robbed.
No, that's another point. Yeah, but
that was like when Hassan Campbell was saying how he will go back into the hood and where he can wear whatever he want to wear.
Yeah, and
other people was like, that's not a good idea.
That's the OG mindset versus the elder.
Exactly.
You're not a wise man.
Exactly.
Why would you put yourself in a situation where you know drama can come? Yeah. But how far has the church fallen when people are going into churches and robbing people? Now I remember that infamous video of the dude going into the church and smacking the pastor, but people think he was a pimp and he was coming to smack him because he did something with one of his girls and he ain't pay us something. So the church has always had obviously some fugazi stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But there was an article I saw a little while ago where they said I think 70% of Americans are now atheists, claim atheism.
Well, it's beginning to be the right time for someone to step in and take over.
Yeah.
And drive what you want to drive. That's right. I'm a preacher, bishop, and I drive.
Yeah, you could have chose to go get something, that was less flashier.
Now, as this thing unfolded, more stuff has come out about him, obviously. Brooklyn pastor robbed during sermon, stole parishioners' savings, lawsuit alleges. See, this is where that scammer comes in. Court papers claim $90,000 disappeared after Lamar Whitehead promised to help buy real estate while he ran a failed campaign for Brooklyn borough president last year.
I'm not surprised.
When I hear real estate, the Brooklyn pastor who says he was robbed, you see they keep saying who says he was robbed. They keep saying this man.
Because they not letting this come back and bite them.
In the middle of giving
we always said alleged.
In the middle of giving his Sunday sermon, stole $90K in retirement savings from his own parishioners. A lawsuit filed last year in Brooklyn Supreme Court alleges. Lamar Whitehead, the Bishop of Leaders of Tomorrow International Churches of, these long ass names. This really is back to the Don't Be a Menace movie. Here at the Great Ebenezer New Revival Tree of Life Institutional Double Rock on the side of the road of the Jericho Missionary Baptist Church of Zion. Did I say Mount Calvary? Y'all don't hear me. This long ass name, Tomorrow International Churches. All right. Is accused of convincing 56-year-old Pauline Anderson to invest a little poor old lady.
Yeah.
Really? To invest nearly her entire life savings in one of his firms with the promise that he could help buy her a home despite her bad credit history, the court papers say. Anderson wrote Whitehead a $90,000 cashier's check in November 2020 and relied on him to give her $100 monthly allowance to pay for her living expenses according to the lawsuit. That ain't all though. We're not even gonna stick on this one.
Righteous.
I didn't say. Hold on, what the other one? So he also was accused of a missing some more other missing money around the people involved with him.
That's how you get those Bentleys and
exactly
flashy jewelry. And
another thing, when you see a person driving a new car, every video they put up, that means they're renting them.
Yeah.
And they're doing this. It's one of those things people call fake it till you make it. So if I constantly show you I got money, for some reason, people that got money want to give money to people who already got it. I think it was Master P who said before he do business with somebody, they got to give him $100,000. Just prove to me you already know how to make money. Can you afford to just give me $100,000? If you prove you can do that, then I can do business with you because you won't be scared to risk your money and lose it.
We wouldn't be able to do no business with one another.
Oh, hold on.
No business. No money's being handed over.
Well, that's how people who got a lot of money work, I guess. All right, but next thing, also this this George Floyd case is still going. Two ex-cops sentenced to 3.5 years for violating George Floyd's rights. What up, Regina Harris? What's up?
Negro could have got a Toyota. That's what I'm talking about. Or a Prius. It's good on gas. I hear.
Oh, you hear? Yeah.
Even though everybody who drive a damn Prius is a damn Uber or Lyft driver.
I think they be renting them, don't they?
Some people rent them, and some people don't actually their car.
Some people don't like people in their car, so they go rent a car to let them.
That's why Tone made the argument. You are using your car to be a taxi driver, and it's wearing and tearing down your vehicle.
So you got to go get it fixed, restore, clean it up and all that stuff. That's costing expenses on you. So you're really just paying to drive your car. You're paying to drive your own car.
Exactly.
But yeah, what else he says? I think you need to be wise with how you show your wealth nowadays. Flashiness makes you a target.
It does.
I think it's always been a thing. People use the word haters. That's not what I'm gonna say. But people who are down on their luck, if they see you flashing off something they don't have, envy is a thing. Obviously, jealousy, and it can lead to very, very dangerous situations. Everybody knows somebody. If you grew up in the hood, you know the dude who showed up a little bit, and one night you heard a story, he got robbed by somebody else. It always happens.
Robbed and killed.
With that too, or he defended himself, but he was he might have been somebody who was into some nefarious activities, the same as this pastor, and now he in jail for defending himself and being robbed for stuff that he was doing illegal activities to get. So especially if you doing illegal stuff, why would you do something? Why would you make yourself stand out? Like growing up, I knew drug dealers who had money, and you didn't know they had money. You just didn't know it.
You was just so into that life.
I didn't say it. No, I was on the porch. Let me say y'all right now. I was on the porch. I did not get off the porch. I was not no straight nigga.
You be the OG that never left the porch.
Oh, and then don't be a minute. That's another don't be a minute reference. The OG that don't leave the porch.
That mean they've never left the hood. They never left their block, surrounding areas, but they trying to.
But they know all that. They know all the stuff. So they think they it is what it is.
George Floyd.
I totally agree with all the pastors preached before, and often don't have financial means to keep up with the pastors' wealth. Easy targets. Yeah, and then obviously when people are in the what they call it, your congregation, people who are down on their luck. Like I saw a dude, I'm not gonna say his name. I saw somebody on the internet who was talking about miracle money, and saying that you need to ask people for miracle money. I said that started in the mid 1900s. This what they call it, the money preaching, where if you donate money right now, God is gonna give you da 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 da.
Oh, you remember are you talking about all those infomercial commercials you used to have on BET late at night?
I'm talking about real churches too, yeah, but that too. Where they tell you if you send they send some money right now, and I'm gonna send you this handkerchief, and this handkerchief is gonna get you. It's gonna be your money holder. And
our grandmother actually bought that, and she got a handkerchief.
I said that. Our grandma did that.
And also the oil, the healing oil, praying over it.
This oil, put this oil on your house.
You're not gonna talk about the Jewish people.
I don't know if she ever donated to
She
Israeli.
didn't donate to them.
Yeah, she did.
She didn't.
I'm about to say she better not, because people.
That's a whole nother story.
All these black people sending millions
to Israel.
Anyway, we're gonna move on.
Can't talk about it.
Yeah, 2 ex-cops. Prosperity preaching. There you
go.
Yeah,
you go. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Prosperity preaching. 2 ex-cops sentenced to 3 and 3.5 years for violating George Floyd's rights. I wonder which one got 3.5 years.
The black. Well,
I don't know what he is. I don't know.
He's more immigrant than the other one.
What do they call the more melanated one?
The more, minority. Sorry,
the more minority, because there's hierarchy and minority.
Yeah, Asians just became minorities,
and they flexing hard too. Asians, they really they on some. Yeah, we want to get rid of affirmative action too, because they hurt us. We can't help. We smarter than these niggas.
Are you smarter?
No, they just trained. They're trained. But
we heard about those Kenyans.
That's another story that didn't get enough news. The Kenyans allegedly were doing their testing for them. Yes. The Asians. So who really is the smartest? We already talked about that when we talked about the guy up in Buffalo who made that notion that black people are less intelligent, when white scientists have already said that black people, the people with the most intelligence will be the people with the highest level of what do they call it? Testosterone. That's according to a Caucasian scientist. The people with the highest level of testosterone will have the best capability of achieving higher level of intelligence. Now, who has the highest testosterone? I'm gonna leave it there. 2 former Minneapolis police officers were sentenced to prison on Wednesday for violating George Floyd's civil rights during a videotape arrest that killed him on May 25th, 2020. J. Alexander Coog received 3 years. Oh no, the Asian dude is the one who got 3.5.
Oh, he must have been a little bit more.
I guess he was the one that was wasn't he the one that was standing closer to him, telling the crowd to step back? I can't remember. I haven't watched that video. I watched that video one time.
I did not watch the video at all.
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just, the pictures. You see the pictures. But this case is still going on. I still don't understand why it takes years for them to sentence people who do these crimes that are really made public.
Well, there's a lot going on right now. We got the COVID-19.
Oh, they said they didn't want
to monkeypox.
Court not coming back.
I don't think court coming back either.
I think court gonna stay Zoom.
Yeah, judges like to be at home with their robe on, nothing underneath, with some bedroom slippers on,
with a tie and a suit on.
With a tie suit on. I can't go. I was gonna go even further, but I can't. I'm not gonna go no further. Yeah, the teachers.
We saw some shit with them teachers, boy. If you paid attention to the teachers over the last 3 years and on Zooms with those students, they was doing some wild shit. And the parents too, by the way. Ain't gonna let them get away with it.
That's normal in the black household.
Yeah, mama walk around butt ass naked.
Hold on, wait a minute. Our mother did not walk around.
I just said it. I ain't say she did it. Why you throw her in there? Huh?
I have to put that out there. There you go, making black women look bad again.
I didn't say no racial woman or nothing.
You said who else?
Let's move on. Mark Ponder, who assaulted police officers on January 6th, sentenced to 63 months. The one black dude involved, he got 5 years.
He shouldn't have been out there.
Let me say this.
He shouldn't have been out there. We told y'all not to go out there.
I remember back during the Charlottesville marches or protests or riots, whatever, and the dude who rolled the car through the crowd and killed a white girl. People forget he also ran a black dude over and had his Jordan shoe flying in the air. It was hilarious.
He should have flew in the air and landed on top of a electric light pole strip. Like they was in the hood. Spiking. Yeah.
But I said the same thing then. Why are you there? Whenever they do these marches, the crowd is like 95% Caucasian. Why are you out there?
They got to be seen.
Then you put yourself out there. There was another video I remember back in I forgot what city it was in, when a black dude was walking around, called himself taunting with some white people, taunting these other white people, and they turned around and jumped his ass. They beat his ass, and it's like, that's what you get. Why are you walking behind these dudes in this environment by yourself? You know how they get when they together. When they white
people gonna say, what you mean? How we get when we together?
Everybody know this. Same thing with Mexicans. They don't give black people fair fights. If they together, they jump.
Niggas don't jump.
Niggas jump too, but it's a difference.
What you mean? What's the difference?
There's no difference, is it? A man sentenced to Tuesday 63 months in a prison after he pleaded guilty to assaulting 3 police officers during a January 6, 2021 assault on the U.S. Capitol and Justice Department announced. The man, Mark Ponder, 56, was arrested March 2021 in Washington and pleaded guilty in April to assaulting, resisting, and impeding officers using a dangerous weapon.
Oh, wait a minute now. He assaulted officers, he resisted, and he had a dangerous weapon on him?
He did the same thing as everybody else. When you know how they had those barricades?
Yeah.
He was pushing them back. That's assault. And I think he had like a stick or something. And when they were coming at him, he was just like...
That was a dangerous weapon? A stick?
It was a pole. I don't know if it was metal or
not. But I don't...
He was doing the same thing as all the rest of them, Mr. Point.
I don't feel sorry for him because he should have been out there.
I think there was one other person that might have... one Caucasian dude that might have gotten 5 years. I can't remember if he got the same exact amount of time or somewhere near it. But he's already up there at the top of the line with the sentencing.
He's going to be judged more.
Washington pleaded guilty in April. I said that federal prosecutors stated the afternoon of January 6th was a mob of former President Donald Trump supporters. We already know all this propaganda they putting out there. It has already been proven at this point that a lot of those dudes were in part of the intelligence community.
They infiltrated
they
those wanted
groups.
To start riots.
Exactly. The same people that said that they were going to try to kidnap Whitmer. It turns out that most of the people were intelligence.
Because the Democratic Party was going to plan on using this as an insurrection.
So that they can
keep Donald Trump from not running for president in 2024.
Because of the act they passed to stop Confederates from running for government offices. They're trying to use that against Trump now, which it's not gonna work because nothing they're doing is sticking. They wasting a lot of money at this point. So all you gotta do is just.
And we're tired of you talking about it. We're tired of the news articles on it.
How about put out better policies to make these pretty much Caucasian Democrats want to vote for you?
Nope.
Because that's really who you missing out on. I'm gonna show this too, because I don't know how I forgot why I said what was it 3 weeks ago when Emmett Till kept coming in the news. It was like the first thing that came out was that there was an arrest warrant that never was given. I was like, what? Then all of a sudden, there was a memoir that apparently was never released. And like, why is all this information coming out now? Well, we know now. Let me just show this video of them apparently trying to convince, they say at least, convince this woman to be arrested by officers. Hold on. Here we go with the bull. Hold on. All right.
People of North Carolina, by delaying the people of North Carolina have zero tolerance for hate crimes, racism, or discrimination. So the people of North Carolina affirms that human rights and civil rights are upheld, and Mrs. Roy Bryant has defrauded the justice system, donated to political affiliations in Mississippi and North Carolina, and has corrupted the DNA of justice by delaying the Department of Justice to fully investigate and charge accordingly as resolved. And that is of the people of North.
Before I keep going, is this a bad cause to want her arrested?
It's not, but why he got on a mask trying to read the damn speech? That don't make no damn sense. And we see that lady behind you, they got that damn Pan-African thing on her damn shirt.
North Carolina. The request is simple. The warrant was unserved. This is an unserved warrant. This woman, she's currently on the run, has not been served this warrant since 1955. 67 years later, here we are needing to serve this warrant on someone who has conspired and evaded the law for over 67 years due to having 2 young children back in 1955.
Okay.
Well, if she ain't ever been served the papers, then she ain't running. How's she running if she ain't been served?
When they saying she's running now, remember when
they coming to serve her the papers?
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
Okay.
They said when they went to her property that they thought she lived at, she's gone now.
They thought she lived there. She lived there 5 years ago.
More than likely, yeah. Let's talk now. Let me go to this first. Let's talk about the Till trailer and why so many black people are opposed to an Emmett Till movie.
All right, well, we could tell you why.
Well, I showed you the trailer already. I'm not going to show it on here because all they're going to do is block it anyway.
Yeah, they're going to block it, and then you get an email saying it's an issue.
Yeah, you need
with episode 67.
This video cannot
copyright issues.
Yeah, so, but I will say this. At this point, we got so many slave movies. We got so many trauma movies. You got the Central Park 5. I'm surprised they haven't did a bombing on the little girls. At least no new version of the bombing of the little girls. Remember the bombing of the church?
Yeah, the 4 black little.
I'm surprised they ain't reprised that movie and redo it and bring that back up. They don't. Now they got another Emmett Till movie coming. They had a TV show out a little while ago, and you just go, "Do we even need this anymore?"
We don't.
Matter of fact, what's the last black struggle movie that actually was worth a damn? Was it Malcolm X? That might be the last one.
Didn't what's the name do the Nat Turner movie?
Okay, that wasn't bad either. The Birth of a Nation.
You're not gonna give the Birth of a Nation guy his dues?
That one gets kind of looked over.
We know why it get looked over.
Why?
Well, because of the choices he's decided to make in life.
Because of the allegation against him?
Well, the allegations against him, and then he decided to go and be with a race that put that allegation on him. So yeah.
So Birth of a Nation, you think it's the last movie that did somewhat of a justice to the black trauma genre?
I don't think it was a bad movie.
Or was it Get Out?
Are you talking about the
racist, the black racism?
So it doesn't have to involve a person.
It don't have to be historical, I guess.
It doesn't have to involve a historical person.
No.
Then probably Get Out then.
Jesus. And that was just like that was more like a commentary than a actual.
But anyway.
Anyway. So you saw a lot of the reactions on the movie with people saying they don't want to see it. As you see here, I truly hope that Emmett Till movie flops so y'all can stop trying to make movies and profit off black pain and trauma. The actual story is visually triggering and tragic enough. I don't know how anyone could sit and watch the movie all the way through. Remember that TV show that Us or Them? I still haven't watched it.
I do want to watch it.
I still have not watched it because of one episode that everybody keep talking about they don't want to see.
I think it's episode 5.
Yeah. The fact that I haven't watched the show and I know the episode tells me I don't want to watch it.
But that's the trauma thing is not only the reason why I per se don't want to watch it. You want to continue reading more comments?
You can finish your point.
Oh, well, you have a Nigerian person directing it. There they go. They always creeping in. And then
this is the woman here.
Yeah. You have a Nigerian person directing it. And not only that, you brought this up yesterday. Emmett Till's father was lynched.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. His father
Are you sure about that?
Damn, Negro.
I just got to ask because I didn't look it up myself. I should have.
You didn't look it up?
You got to do your own research, people. And then
this episode.
I guess they're talking about the movie from his mother's perspective of how she saw her son in the events.
Yeah.
So the movie is through her eyes about her son, right?
Well, apparently, and if you read through the comments, the director said they didn't make it a trauma movie. They didn't show any of the trauma. They just showed the happy moments the mother had with him, and then after he was killed. Yeah. They didn't show any of the other stuff. They're trying to say this is the moments we should care about, the happiness. But the point is, the trauma is still the entire base of the movie.
Yeah. It's a no-go. They should just not do this.
Hold on, let me
Oh, so you yourself don't know if
I do know.
Was true.
I'm trying to get you proof.
Oh.
To ease your
to ease my mind.
Yeah. Louis Till was an American soldier. He was the father of Emmett Till, whose murder on August 1955 at the age of 14 galvanized civil rights. What's it called? This is Emmett Till's father.
Okay. Okay.
Well, they don't have anything on Google about it.
Somebody in the comment section to let us know if you're lying or not. So,
like, you a lying motherfucker. But yeah, I don't think we need an Emmett Till movie. Why on God's earth are we making an Emmett Till movie? Nobody wants to see that.
Is there anybody in the comment section that want to see it?
Yeah,
the Emmett Till movie.
Do any of y'all actually want to see an Emmett Till movie? Are there any? I'm gonna say this. Are there any historical movies of that ilk that you want to see?
Is there anything left?
Oh, so
I'm pretty sure there's plenty of stuff that we don't know about.
Of black inventors and stuff. Like, for instance, what's that movie LeBron James had fun for Netflix? The woman who created a hot comb, or what was it?
Madam C.J. Walker.
C.J. Walker. They gave her a movie. And you go, why not make more movies about inventors and the struggle they had to go through to get their product, put out there to get credit for what they deserve?
Yeah.
Like, give me a movie about what's the guy who created the whiskey?
I forget his name.
Finally got credit for it. Green. Why not give him a movie?
Yeah.
So, All right. Speaking of, since you brought up the Nigerian thing, I saw this right here. This is the guy who's in Power. He has some comments, and people in his comments went in on his ass. I want to get your reaction to what he had to say.
You live in it don't matter what country, you live in 10 times better than most rich people here.
Mm-hmm.
There's wealthy there and there's rich here. There's a big difference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, experiencing that and seeing that, and then just the style, the swag, everything has been stolen from there.
Come on, talk
You
your
know what I'm
shit,
saying?
man.
So I think everybody just needs to know that they need to go home, and even just the air, like the air is crisp. You can breathe. Like when you breathe in America, bro, it's like you breathing in problems, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God,
and
listen.
like yes, anxiety. When you leave,
Boy.
oh man, Africa, bro, all that anxiety is out, bro.
All right, what you?
You are breathing anxiety in Africa. You don't know when the lights gonna go out. You don't know when they're gonna come back on. You don't know when your internet service is gonna go out. You're breathing in trash. What style? What swag has been stolen from the African continent? Do they even have their own style and swag? Because they be wearing the same shit I be seeing Arabs wearing in the Middle East. We know that they didn't invent dashikis. That come from German people. So what style or swag does Africa have? Anything?
Got it out? Why wait for you to get it all out?
They love shitting on Black Americans.
Well, hold on. Where he shit on Black Americans?
That was
at?
a direct hit.
Where?
When he said style and swag,
Where he? Who?
that was a direct hit on African Americans.
How?
Every time these Nigerians get in social media.
Wait. That's your American exceptionalism. How do you make that about Black Americans?
Who else is he talking about?
He was talking about the world.
He was talking about Black Americans.
Why do you assume it's only at one group?
Because he said when you're in Africa. Did he say? Hold on. Did he say you breathe in problems?
Yeah.
And trauma in America?
He said problems and anxiety and all that stuff.
In America.
Yeah.
So who else was he? You say he's talking about the world. There you go. You like that Asian chick that was talking about abortion is worse than slavery.
It's not. Hold on. How
but she said American soil. But then she said no, slavery happened everywhere. But she said American soil. So now you talking about
he's in America.
Okay.
So he was comparing America to Africa, saying when you can be rich here and you be wealthy there because of the money's there is obviously more valuable, and there's a lot of stuff you don't have over there you can build up and profit off of. Y'all
have gold there.
What that shikis come from? Germany? Yeah. I don't know why this isn't coming up no more. There you go. Yeah. Wait, that shikis come from Germany? Yeah.
That's been known.
And Brandon, I think you just didn't ask that question. You just threw that in there. I see what you did. You and Travis on one accord. I can see.
This is just crazy. Like I don't know what it is, but it's a Pacific group. I'm gonna call it out. It's Nigeria. It's Nigeria. They're jealous of Black Americans.
Oh, here you go.
They have vitriol towards Black Americans.
Well, let's talk about some Africa. Let's talk about Africa then. Black Panther Wakanda Forever trailer nabs 172 million views in the first 24 hours of this release, obviously, early this week. One of Marvel's biggest. I think their biggest one was Spider-Man No Way Home or something. One of those got 300 million.
And I'm not interested in watching Wakanda.
Hold on.
At all.
Just break. Pause. In this movie, you already saw the trailer.
Yeah, I saw the trailer.
You saw the trailer. I know you're ready to go in. Bring the blood down a little bit. Bring it down just a tad. Bring it down.
This is why Black people have a high blood pressure, because we have to deal with this type of stuff.
The Black Panther Wakanda Forever teaser trailer nabbed 172 million views in the first 24 hours, becoming one of Marvel's Cinematic Universe's top trailer debuts for the superhero movie. A source close to the Marvel confirmed the viewership number to Variety. The Wakanda Forever teaser viewership nearly doubled the 88 million views for original Black Panther. The teaser also set social media ablaze with topics relating to Black Panther, gathering over 893,000 mentions. Chadwick Boseman, Neymar, Shuri, T'Challa, Ryan Coogler, and Angela Bassett all became national trending topics in the teaser debut, and the hashtag Wakanda Forever fell the number one. All right, we get it. So they talk about how well the trailer did. The trailer.
Can't play the trailer.
Can't play the trailer because they're going. Okay, what was your thoughts on the direction they decided to go, even though everyone said recast T'Challa. I'm not really a comic book person, but I do know of what's supposed to happen with the characters.
And nothing is happening what was supposed to happen with the character.
And if you kill him off,
then how is the stuff going to come to fruition?
You get rid of a chunk of things that's supposed to happen.
Which tells me Storm.
That means X-Men is not even going to be a part of this. Like, they jumping right to Atlantis. It's like, all right. And by the way, the dude who's playing the character, I think he's some type of Hispanic or Latino or Mexican. I don't know.
I think he's Asian.
No, I think he's Hispanic or somewhat. But you might be right. But
I think he's Pacific Islander or something like that.
I'm saying that because there was a girl said, I'm glad to see Latino Hispanic representation. This is good. And there was like
in a black movie?
Person, yeah, and the black person responded, yeah, man, black and brown. I was like,
it was a girl that said it,
yeah,
and it was a black man that responded and said black and brown.
No, I don't know if it was a black man.
Yeah, we know why he said that. Black and brown.
This goes to what that woman said, who the Mexican chick from New York who was singing the Biggie song. Niggas give you the heebie.
Rodriguez, her last name.
Remember
we know
what she said when Black Panther came out? She's like, "Where's the Latino Black Panther?" So
we already said it. Desperado was the black.
So now they done threw in a Latino in Black Panther.
I don't think he Latino.
Look, man,
they hoping and wishing he Latino.
And obviously, the bigger point is to get serious for a second. In this trailer, at least, and people might think this is just being petty. The fact that there were no, except what's his name, one black males in the damn trailer. Black Panther is completely taken out of the damn movie.
You get a picture of him on a billboard,
and at the end of the damn trailer, why? How do you have a movie called Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and at least in the trailer, at least you don't even feature Black Panther?
They showed you a lot, but showed you nothing. That's
they
how
showed
I saw
you who the bad guy was gonna be. They showed you who's running shit right now, and who they want to run shit in the future. The story gonna be. I'm gonna wait for another trailer. I'm gonna wait, but I gotta feel I already know where the story is going.
We already know who's gonna be the Black Panther.
I'm not talking about who's gonna be Black Panther. I'm talking about the storyline.
It's gonna be centered around the women,
and it's like they doing this to every last one of these movies, and none of them has really benefited from doing this. Can Black Panther get 2-3 movies before you do this? Like, please.
Just like the government took the black man out of the whole household.
Here it go.
Marvel took the black man out of Black Panther. Not just black men, period.
That old trope. Oh, Lord. All right. Next up.
Will Smith deserves another Oscar for award-winning YouTube page.
This is a great acting.
They're gonna start giving Oscars out to YouTubers because he's a YouTube creator now.
Listen, this was supposed to be something. Everybody keeps saying this, at least black people. This was something that should have lasted for a week, a topic for like a week or something.
They've managed to drag it on.
It was supposed to go away
for like 3 months.
Yeah, Chris Rock. He just recently started making jokes about the situation. He literally waited months.
He's letting it build up.
He milking it, and then he's gonna start doing the jokes about the situation.
Because after he talk about it and he come back with his next comedy tour, he ain't gonna have nothing to talk about.
Will Smith posts emotional apology video.
It wasn't emotional.
Slap says Chris Rock is not ready to speak with him. I'm not gonna show the video.
Was it emotional to you? It was not emotional.
He definitely was putting on a lot of emotion. Basically, he said Chris Rock not ready to talk to him. He said he'll hit him back. He said through a mutual friend or whatever. He said he'll reach out when he's ready. Like he's just. I mean, I guess if you were friends with somebody and they smack you on national television in front of a couple million people, you're gonna be like, He said he's no longer friends with Tony Rock, even though they were best friends or close friends.
Yo, you mean he gave him a job on all of us? I'd be your friend too if you handing out jobs.
Then he said Jada Pinkett did not make him want to smack Chris Rock. It was something he would do on his own.
There you go, being accountable. That's something that a black man can do sometimes, is be accountable for their actions.
And then he said
Don't put it off on somebody else.
That's pretty much all the whole video was about. He answered some questions that, he knew people wanted answers to. What I got from this is, we know you just signed a deal for $35 million for a movie.
If I could have asked the question would have been, how much did the Oscars pay you and Chris Rock to pretend like y'all?
Is it the Oscars that paid him?
Who paid them? Or they did this for free?
What you mean free or paid? Think they have a choice in this?
Oh, you mean the people behind the curtain told them to do it?
Yeah, expand on your point.
No, that's it. I was just asked the question. Who paid y'all to do this fake little thing y'all did? It would never got read. Never.
Yeah. It's so that this is really lasting way longer. They stretching this out. Didn't he get banned from the Oscar for 10 years?
Yeah.
Which is like, damn. You let him get his award after slapping him, but
yeah, I don't care nothing about this storyline between him and Chris Rock. It's fake.
Clearly there has to be an ending to it. There's no way they stretch this out and just let it.
Are they gonna do a movie together?
Is he gonna
Chris Rock gonna be in a slave movie with him? And
is he gonna be the house nigga and Chris Rock gonna be the field nigga?
Yeah, and he gonna get to whip him. Is that what's gonna happen?
I don't know.
Or is it gonna be reversed?
Maybe. Who knows? Hold on. Let me go to the next one. This is just a quick one I want to show because I said this as many people did. What was going to happen with this legalized marijuana? High potency cannabis linked to increased risk of psychosis and addiction. Studies suggest the potency of marijuana has been rising for nearly half a century. No, it really started rising when they started letting people, quote unquote, have access to it, quote unquote, because they already had access to it, but now they're allowing them to do it without
giving you synthetic weed,
getting arrested. Exactly. Even though you still can be arrested for it. This ain't making sense.
Well, you can be arrested for having a certain amount.
If you don't have the golden ticket, the car, and you have a license to do it, you can get arrested. But you can if you have the car, you can walk around with pounds of it. But if you don't, you can't. So it's just taxed. That's it.
It's some Negroes right down the street that own a marijuana place. They the only people I see standing outside the establishment.
Why you assume they work there?
They don't work there. They own it. I looked it up.
Oh.
They're owners of it.
Okay.
It's called research.
Oh, okay.
You just don't get on. Yeah, but anyway.
Look at you.
They're the only people I see standing outside the establishment.
What that mean?
Why do Negroes like being outside on the corners? At the edges of the highways.
Remember that dude who got into it with a woman at the park?
The bird watcher.
The bird watcher. Bird watcher wrongfully accused of Central Park video against a bird watching TV show. Now, this was May 19th, 2022. I think it's going to be on National Geographic soon. And one of those animal voiceover shows. I said, ain't that something? You go from a bullshit conversation to getting a chance to be on television, making a lot of money.
Well, he had a skit with her too, so.
You think it was fake? You can't get quiet. You gotta actually expound on.
Yeah, I think it was fake.
Just say it then.
I think everything is fake.
Like you trying to add some damn suspense to your
I
answer.
ain't adding no damn suspense. You asking dumb questions.
You know what? I'm gonna get some damn sound effects.
No, I don't want no sound effects.
I'm gonna press a button. No, so you can actually answer.
That shit get annoying. People doing sound effects all the time. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. Do. It's like, stop.
DOJ, Warren Buffett's mortgage company, discriminated against Black, Latino home buyers. As a part of an agreement with the DOJ and CFPB, Trident Mortgage Company will have to set aside $20 million to make loans in underserved neighborhoods.
So every time we talk about Black people, we got to talk about Latino people. I'm tired of having this conversation.
This is the same person that LeBron James
endorsed.
No, endorsed for what?
Saying that he helped them with their business, right?
Yeah, I'm about to go into some more. Yeah.
So that's endorsing them.
Yeah, LeBron. Who was the other one? It wasn't Meek Mill. It was another rapper.
Makisha.
Who?
Makisha.
Who's that?
Meek Mills is Makisha.
Oh, Mickey. Oh, yeah.
Makisha.
Yeah, the one that was jumping around for a bunny for a billionaire.
That ain't the only thing he was doing, jumping around for a bunny for a billionaire. We done caught him on tapes.
What?
Somebody.
No, what tape you see? I ain't seen no tape.
Hold
no,
on, I ain't seen no tapes.
tapes.
I ain't seen no tapes. What I'm seeing is, I saw a celebrity that had a video of him doing something. It's not like what you think, but it was like like how he was.
Sus?
Yeah, like the bouncing, jumping up and down.
Clean it up. We ain't see shit. Pennsylvania mortgage company owned by billionaire businessman Warren Buffett Hathaway discriminated against potential black and Latino home buyers in Philadelphia, New Jersey, and Delaware. And Department of Justice said Wednesday, and is called the second largest redlining settlement in history. You know, should you be angry when somebody don't want you to live in their properties?
No.
So,
you know, me personally, if I'm buying a neighborhood in a predominantly white area and they don't want to sell to me, I'm not going to be upset about it. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to go into that area because I don't want to be around them.
You're fighting to be around people who don't want you around.
But, you know, some people would disagree with me and say, well, this is America. You should be able to live wherever you want to live.
You're supposed to live. You should have common sense and know that you should live.
I prefer to live around my people.
What's the woman name? And it was a woman in New Jersey last year. No, was it 2 years ago? Jesus, COVID really distorted time. Remember the woman who was, I think it was 2019. Remember the woman who was in New York, I think it was, and her neighbor was doing racist stuff. And then she had the black dude go outside her house and defend her. Just sit there because the cops wouldn't do nothing. And then next thing you know, a group of black men went there. Why didn't she just move?
Because well, first of all, we not runners, we fighters, you know.
That ain't fighting, just sitting outside somebody's house.
The second thing is, I would move.
Just move. Everybody who went there was wasting their time because.
But you have people that feel like, why would I, you know? Well, some people, if she bought the house,
sell it.
It's gonna be hard to sell it.
How?
She's black. She's black. She's a black homeowner trying to sell a house
in a white neighborhood.
In a white neighborhood, are white people gonna want to buy this house from a black person?
Yeah, to get the black person out of the neighborhood.
Are you sure?
She can sell the house.
She gonna sell it and get a return on it.
Take what you can get. Why would you want to be somewhere? You're in danger. Are you really worried about making a profit?
I agree with you that she should leave.
What the hell? Try to get the hell up out of here. This man, all right. Cops body cam caught her spewing N-word in traffic meltdown.
This lady right here.
The Cincinnati cop has previous history of being accused of racial discrimination and disorderly conduct. I'm going to show the video.
She has anger issues.
But they said she didn't.
Now at 11, racial slurs made by a Cincinnati police officer in uniform. Recently released body cam footage here shows Rose Valentino using a racial slur and also admitting to it.
WCPO 9 News reporter Jake Ryle walks us through this footage.
The city manager in a statement said that the body camera footage is disturbing. Officer Rose Valentino called it an isolated incident, her using a racial slur while on duty.
It's April 5th. Officer Rose Valentino is pulling into CPD District 3. Several cars are parked to pick up students at Western Hills University High School. Officer Valentino activated her lights and siren to get the drivers to move.
You gotta move. Ridiculous. Is she gonna just sit there?
A black teen who was leaving school raised his middle finger at Officer Valentino, which set Valentino off.
So, he stuck his middle finger up and it just boiled her over.
This is a kid, a teen, and
well, it says teen. I don't. So that might be 17. They say coming from school, but ain't they driving?
Under the age of 18.
Yeah. So yeah.
Off.
Oh, I hate him so much. God, I hate this world. Hate it.
Several seconds pass. Valentino then uses a racial slur under her breath.
Hate him.
We dug into Officer Valentino's personnel file. She's a 14-year veteran with CPD. Her performance report shows she consistently meets or exceeds standards for patrolling. She trains officers who recently graduated from the academy. Her supervisors say she's dedicated and a hardworking beat officer. adding she comes to work with a positive, motivated attitude, which is appreciated, and that she does great work. She's been reprimanded in the past for not turning on her body camera multiple times, and this is not the first time Officer Valentino has been on the city's radar for an issue involving race. In November 2018, she was one of 3 police officers involved in a lawsuit where Jerry Isham, a realtor, was showing a home to Anthony Edwards. Both are black. Court docs show she escalated the situation by aiming her gun at the 2 men and then putting them in handcuffs.
Well, first of all, you using the word she very loosely. The officer might be mad because they want to be a woman and they're not a woman. Did you see her neck? That was an Adam's apple. Strong 10. She got a lot of testosterone in her. That's why she's so angry. I use the word she very loosely.
You keep calling her she, then you're saying she's not a she. This is the case you're talking about. Realtor prospective buy owner illegally detained by police after retired 911. This was I think the original case. This said 2014 in the video, but here it said this article was written in 2019. But I'm gonna show the video of the interaction they had.
Trying to come out too. Hands up.
Come on out, man. We got an appointment to see this out. Well, people saw you forcing your way in. That's why we're here. Oh man, I don't know. They just white people calling the police doing that. I ain't even gonna buy the house. Being a good neighbor, he sees somebody going into a house. I ain't gonna buy the house.
The dude said, "I ain't even gonna buy the house." You know what? It's a blessing if you got people willing to call. You know why they call the cops? Because they saw 2 Negroes. They know he's the homeowner and want to sell you the house. They saw him bring a black man there and said, no.
We don't want another one living in the neighborhood.
They saw that happen. They let you know that they didn't want you there.
But he's like, well, I'm not even going to buy the house.
Good.
I ain't even gonna buy it.
How'd you just get in?
He a realtor.
At this point, officers have been informed that Mr. Isham is a realtor and that he and Mr. Edwards have an appointment to see the house. In the 2014 case of Navarrete v. California, the Supreme Court held that information offered in the form of a tip can be used to support reasonable suspicion and justify an investigatory stop. The court firmly rejected the argument that reasonable cause for an investigative stop can only be based on the officer's personal observation rather than on information supplied by another person.
Now, they only got $151,000.
That should have been way more than that.
Because the dude can make an argument, I lost a chance to sell the house.
Well, maybe they could offer him how much money he had the house up for sale.
Maybe that's what it is. I lost a chance to sell the house. You, in front of my neighbors, because they can say, you destroyed my credibility amongst my neighbors and all this other stuff. As a realtor, it should have been more. Oh, and you gonna say what you said about this dude?
I said, well,
oh wait, let me read the story first. Caught him slipping, y'all.
You didn't catch me slipping.
Tennessee police officer held in Mexican jail after bringing gun into country. What did you say when you first
said
saw that?
Good for Mexico enforcing their laws.
And then I saw there was a Negro, and you started folding.
I didn't fold. I said, what the hell was he doing with a gun in Mexico?
He was on vacation.
Why he got to have a gun on him on vacation?
Because he's American. What do you mean? Everybody got a damn gun.
He's supposed to be going there enjoying himself,
He was
know.
enjoying himself with his gun in his bag in case one of them cartel motherfuckers try to pop off.
If you got to go to a country where you got to have a gun, then don't even leave the country that you're in.
You went to Mexico.
Well, I didn't have no gun on me.
Well, you was lacking.
I wasn't lacking. You know what I did? I chose to stay in the tourist areas and not venture out into.
You didn't experience real Mexico then.
I did experience real Mexico. How can I not experience real Mexico when I'm in Mexico?
Because that's the tourist area.
That's real.
No, that's the tourist area. It's not authentic.
It was authentic.
No,
I was eating they tacos don't have no cheese on it.
That's Mexican. Just because
that's
no
authentic.
Cheese on the tacos.
And I was like, where the cheese?
Listen, he just said it's Mexico because the tacos didn't have cheese.
The place
on
where I ate at, they didn't make tacos the way they make here. So I was in authentic Mexico.
Bullshit. So the Tennessee police officer is currently jailed in Mexico after Cancun authorities reportedly found a pistol in his luggage. According to WKRN, Lemandries Halls, an officer of the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department, was arrested in Cancun Airport on July 9th. His department said Halls declared a personally owned firearm with an airline but Mexican law still prohibits bringing guns to the country. Hawes was scheduled for a hearing on Monday. Fox News reached out to the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department Tuesday morning, but did not have any information about the time of the publication. So
he didn't know that in Mexico they have laws where you can have a gun?
Look, how the hell you got that law when I know all the shit going on over there?
Wait a minute, you can't say I'm gonna bring my gun anyway because y'all country is fucked up.
No, he didn't even think they had a damn gun law.
Well, then he should have did his research before he went over there.
Did you really? Okay, when you went to Mexico, did you?
I didn't plan on bringing no gun. I didn't need to do no research.
Wait. When you went to Mexico, did you look up if they had gun laws?
No.
Exactly.
Why would I look it up when I'm not planning on bringing a gun?
It's not about you planning on bringing one. Do you look up the laws of a country Did you look up any law before you went there?
No, because I plan on being on my best behavior.
That's not the point. You don't know what's the law over there. It's okay to have a gun here, not over there.
I was in Mexico. I walked brushed by something and it dropped on the floor. They said you're gonna pay for that. I paid for it. That's the law.
America too.
No, it's not. If I go into Safeway and I drop something on the ground, they're not going to say you're going to pay for that. They're going to have somebody come and clean it up.
Some business say you break, you buy. That's real.
No, in Mexico, anything you break and you buy, you're going to pay for it.
You just didn't answer my point. You didn't look up no laws before you went over
Why
there.
would I look up laws in Mexico when I'm not planning on going over there and violating any of their laws?
You don't
You're
know
not
what the
making
laws
no
are,
sense.
so you don't know what you're breaking.
If I'm planning on bringing a firearm to Mexico, I'm going to look it up.
Move away from the gun. Please, leave the gun. Any law.
Why would I look up laws in Mexico?
Because you don't know what the law is over there. It might be illegal to wear a hat. You don't know.
I see people wearing hats all the time in Mexico. I know it's not illegal to wear a hat in Mexico.
I see people in guns.
That was dumb what you just said.
I see people in Mexico with guns too. See how easy that is? I see people in Mexico with guns.
If I'm planning on bringing my firearm, I'm going to look up and see if Mexico allows you to have guns in the country.
You said you saw people in Mexico with hats. What if they were illegal?
Then you know what? If they're illegal, I'm going to take my hat off. If they tell me to take my hat off, I'm going to take my hat off.
I'm just fucking with you.
You know that was some dumb shit what you just said.
Oh, yeah. Trevor wanted this one up, by the way. NYC teen girls arrested on hate crime charges for anti-white assault. NYPD says black girls shouted anti-white statements and beating a 57-year-old woman.
Were they black Americans that did this?
Don't know. They still looking for them. They got their name. How the hell they going?
Well, you know why they still looking for them? Because they didn't went back to the Caribbean.
Oh, here you go. Oh, Lord. The individual fled on foot and victim was removed to Jamaica.
There you go.
Stay with it's not.
Tariq is telling the truth about these immigrants.
No, it
coming
says
up
Jamaican
here.
hospital. Not saying they were Jamaican.
9 times out of 10, if they went to a Jamaican hospital, they were Jamaican.
No, they ain't. This is a hospital.
No. Black people wouldn't trust to go to a Jamaican hospital.
To the original point we were making about this anti-white stuff, it says saying one of the teenagers assailants with green hair began shouting that she hates white people the way they talk and accused her of being a fan of former President Trump. Do you really believe that?
She got on green hair. That tells me everything I need to know. She definitely Jamaican.
Did you believe she actually said this?
She's Jamaican. She probably did say that. Probably did. You don't understand. Hold on. You don't understand the disdain that black women have for Donald Trump, do you?
What?
Black women do not like Donald Trump. They blame everything on Donald Trump.
That's not true.
Whoa. Listen, I could say that from personal. The conversations I've had, I've overheard.
Your anecdotal
their
evidence.
Political
your
views.
Anecdotal evidence with people you know in your circle.
They blame everything on Donald Trump.
That's
I've heard them have
no give.
I've heard them give Joe Biden, besides Regina Harris.
Hi, how you doing?
Call out. Call out the big guy, or the second big guy. I'm just being honest with you. It just be a random. Well, yeah, Donald Trump. That's the reason why. And I'm like, what does that have to do with Donald Trump?
And hold on, our aunt did that too.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm not sitting here telling no lies.
But I'm not. That's not
any black men that are in the chat and you around black women. How many times have you heard them blame something on Donald Trump?
The one with the green hair, she was saying she hates white people the way they talk. Hates white skin, the way their skin cracked, saying she was gangster. The woman added saying she was on her way to visit her mother at the time. I was the only white person on the bus. By the time we started passing St. John's Cemetery in Woodhaven, she started in on me saying, that's where I'm gonna bury you. She had a bag from Bath and Beyond Works.
So they just attacked that white woman for no reason?
Yeah, and she took out a scrub and said she was going to beat me with it. It was Tangerine. LaCroix told the newspaper. She said, "You're going to get what you deserve. All white people are going to get what they deserve." It was crazy.
Well, she ain't lying about that last part.
Come on, man. I don't think that girl said that.
It's just too much detail.
I wouldn't be surprised if they smacked her and said white bitch and moved on with their life.
Yeah, that seemed like, yeah.
That make more sense than saying they said all this white. Come on, man.
They don't look like they much talkers. They look like they more about action.
They about their life.
Black people, when they talk, black people will talk to you while they beating you.
Let me tell y'all a story.
They'll beat you. They be beating you up and talking to you, telling you why they whooping your ass.
Should I tell the story?
No,
uncle.
We don't got time today.
Listen, black people definitely talk to you while they whooping your ass.
While they whooping your ass, they telling you why they beating you. Like when your parents beat you, they told you not to do that. No, they beat you and talk to you while you're doing it.
Black people are hard to find in Boulder County, but not the criminal justice system. Finding a black person in Boulder County, Colorado is like seeing a solar eclipse on a double rainbow.
Ain't Boulder County where that dude went into the grocery store and shot up people?
Yeah.
Boulder County stay in the news.
Wasn't he Afghan? Some Afghani or something? Or Iranian or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of disappeared his name as well. But a recent study found that finding a black person caught up in the criminal justice system in the county is a lot more common. So basically, I just showed this article to say, this whole place said you can't find black people. They're 1% of the population, but there's 7% of the people convicted. So when you go to the jails, you see where all the niggas at.
That's why you don't see none of these black people in the middle of the country, because they in the jails. They not out on the streets. They in the jails.
Them bots. Oh, here you go. My wife blames everything on
there
Trump.
You go. There you go. What's the next one?
Black women give Trump no leeway. What's up, Honorable?
Honorable, I seen them. We need their ethnicities.
Why y'all assuming those ain't just black American women?
Because they not. They don't look like it. We gonna go. We gotta go into that.
No, we can do it right now.
We can do that right now.
Go ahead. How do you look black American? When you now hold on, let me start off.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Got into an argument over this. I'm pretty sure y'all know about a channel called the Black Acres of Gambia.
Mm-hmm.
With Rick and
Sweet Juicy Mama.
What's her real name?
Cynthia.
And
she go by Sweet Juicy Mama. No,
we're not calling them. We calling her by. We respectful.
She go by Sweet Juicy Mama, so that's what I'm calling
Cynthia
them.
And Rick and their sons and daughters.
Rastaman
Raheem recently cut his dreads off.
Mm-hmm.
And Travis saw the picture of him, of a video of him, and said he don't look black American no more. He look African.
I say he look like South Africans.
And I said he's black American.
And I said, well, is he black American? He moved there. He's been living there ever since he was 11 years old. He speaks their language. He even sounds like them. He's taking over. No, I'm going into. I said look, and now I'm going into.
We don't care about how he act. We talking about how he look.
I said he don't look black American.
How don't he look black American when both his parents are black American? He's from America.
He don't let that weather over there get a hold of him.
As I said, this has become what they call ethno.
Let's go into also what you saw on Twitter when you were saying how the FBAs are putting up pictures of lighter skinned black Americans and showing darker skinned Africans.
And they try. No, I'm making a point.
Yeah,
that
go
these
ahead.
people that saying that are putting dark skinned people in America as not attractive. Because that's what they were comparing attractiveness.
You got that out of that?
That's what they said. They was talking about attractiveness.
So you're saying that also applies for darker skinned black Americans as well? Is that what you're saying? Or are you just talking about over there?
What are you saying? I don't know what you're saying.
Oh, I thought I heard you just say.
No, what are you saying? I don't know what you're saying.
I thought I'm thinking I'm hearing you say that because they put pictures of dark skinned Africans and lighter skinned African Americans, that you're saying that they view them as unattractive. I'm saying, are you saying they're applying that to America as well?
No,
okay.
What are you saying? What I'm saying is they put up a post showing black children, right? And then they showed children from the continent. And
you said they were all different shades.
They were, for the most part.
And we looked up images.
In the FBA, it was they had an FBA image. It was all lighter skinned children.
They were not all.
But that wasn't even my biggest point. My bigger point was when they showed the beauty of the women, they showed all light skinned black women, Black American women, and they showed all dark skinned, unattractive African women. And I said, you don't see what they're doing with that? Would it have been better
if they would have got lighter skinned Africans?
No, you don't see what they're doing. They're saying that the beauty standard for Black Americans is light skinned.
That's not true.
Travis, stop. That's literally what the post was saying. What are you talking about?
I'm not getting that out of what he's saying. She said, I only seen black men. Go ahead. Put it up there.
There you go. She's saying it.
I only see black men posting lighter children with curly hair.
As representation for all African Americans. That's what I'm saying.
Well, listen.
How you disagree with me? You didn't see it. It don't make sense. That's literally what happened. I was saying they were making this, the idea of attractiveness for Black Americans was lighter skin, mainly women. It was all women. It was no men, no boys, no children.
I'm not even gonna go into the other half of the conversation because we don't have time for all of that. Would you have had a problem if they would have put all dark skin?
You completely missing the point.
I'm not missing the point. I'm hearing what you're saying. That they're saying that's the beauty standard. To
another point, Travis. They only put lighter skinned girls and women as the standard for beauty against darker skinned Africans. That's it. They were making a point that this was the standard.
Well, that's not the standard.
So what? You disagree? All right.
and I'm sorry, Black Americans we all have different textures of hair. Yeah. Me and you even said that. You were like the texture hair they have. Most Black Americans don't have that texture hair, and that's not true.
Who said that?
You said that's not the majority. So you're trying to say you didn't say that?
I said most Black Americans. But what did you say? I can't forget what you said.
Yeah, you get confused when your ass is on the spot.
What did you say?
Get confused, nigga.
What did you say?
What I said was in the picture you did show me, and all the kids were not lighter skinned. They were brown skinned, by the way. The picture that you showed me, the comparison.
Okay, we gotta move on from this. Come on.
No, they had a certain texture of hair. And you said, well, not even all Black Americans, most Black Americans don't even have that texture of hair.
I said that, yeah.
I have that texture of hair.
I said most. I didn't say all don't.
I've seen a lot of people with that texture of hair.
I said most, not all. Once again,
y'all trying to just put Black people in one category.
No, I'm actually saying there's a bigger box. You're trying to put it in the box. Anyway,
I'm not trying to put it in a box.
Back to this, Honorable. I disagree with you about the yellow eyes thing. There's plenty of Negroes I know in America that get the yellow eye, white eyes part. That comes from liver problems, don't it?
Yeah. So it's jaundice too, I believe.
Yeah, it's
I think jaundice causes yellow eyes or something.
I know the post referred to. I made that comment. It was one of the goofy exiled indigenous people. Yeah. See? You didn't even see it. That's why it's crazy you disagreeing. You didn't even see it. I know what they were saying in the comments and how they were responding. I was like, this is getting weird.
Well, if they did do that, they shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's not the standard.
Yeah, okay. Now back to something more.
Back to something more what?
What's this something
productive? That was a productive dialogue that we had.
That was him that said that. I didn't
say
that was
nothing. A very productive dialogue that we had.
You said that. I didn't say that.
Oh God, Brittany Griner.
And
I don't even know why we talking about this.
The only reason why we talking
about
it.
I want to talk about the black.
Brittany
Griner. Is it a woman?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Brittany Griner's fight for freedom. I just want to show that this woman has been put on the cover of Time now.
When did she get put on the cover of Time magazine, by the way? When did Brittany Griner start getting more attention after who said her name? Did she start getting more attention after LeBron did come out and say something about her?
You can say when her coach compared her to LeBron, it got more attention.
After his name was mentioned, and then he came out and said something about her, then she started getting attention.
But the media had already tried to start ramping it up.
Well, they already had these photos lined up and ready to go.
Yeah, so this is, But look at this right here. Biden administration offers convicted Russian arms dealer in exchange for Griner Whelan.
We talked about this last week, and you said...
Yeah, I know. Let me get to it. Because I said... Now, last week we talked about this, and we saw that it was Roy Jones Jr. who said that he was negotiating with Russia, saying that they were willing to do a trade for this arms dealer. I said it's gonna be. I said, and watch, the media's gonna flip this and say that Biden is the one who offered this, when actually it is Putin and Roy Jones. And what did the media immediately do? They said the Biden administration offered this. No, this is what the Russians offered them.
That's true.
Biden ain't did shit to help her get out of there. He was just waiting.
We don't even know at this point if Biden is.
Don't say it. This is what I was saying about how they were going to take credit for whatever happened out of this.
And they did take credit. I said I thought that they would give Roy, this black man, his due.
Shit.
And you were like...
And I'm not even saying he did a negotiation, by the way. I'm not saying he actually was in the room.
He definitely has some involvement in it.
Exactly. I'm not saying he was in the room doing the negotiating or nothing, but...
I mean, because I even questioned him and said, why the hell how he even friends or even...
I think he got some business over
conversating with
American athletes.
president.
You got to remember, American athletes get paid a lot of money in Russia.
That's why Brittany Griner was over there.
Matter of fact, the African-American athlete in general get paid... Like, can you imagine if Stephen Curry, LeBron, or KD went to Europe to play basketball? They'd get him $500 million. Everybody wanted the African-American athlete. Russia paid a lot of money. They can't get the African-American male because the NBA, NFL got a hold on them. They paid them a lot of money. But the black female athlete don't get as much money, so they can convince them to come to the Russia and stuff and get them. They want the African-American athlete badly. China, too. They all want them.
Are we black or African American?
No, I'm talking specific.
Okay.
When we talk about sports, we're talking about basketball, football, and athletes like that. It's not really a Jamaican sport. That's not really a Haitian or continental African sport. They play more soccer and stuff. They don't really play. They starting to play basketball a little bit more, but that's not really their main sport. It's soccer.
Well, you're a Pan-Africanist, so.
Here you go. Governments ramp up demands for user info, Twitter warns. Twitter warned Thursday that governments around the globe are asking the company to remove content or snoop on private details of users' account at an alarming rate. Now, didn't they willingly shut down an article? What was that? 2020, late 2020, they stopped the article from being placed on their website, which completely affected the election.
About
now they exposing it.
Oh, about Joe Biden's son, Hunter?
Yeah. Now they expose. Oh, look at all these governments asking us to delete stuff and give people personal information, or just have something to do with Elon Musk backing out of their purchase.
It has everything to do with Elon Musk backing out of that purchase.
So now they got to release some information to prove him wrong as to why he have to pay that $1 billion penalty.
He ain't paying that $1 billion penalty.
No, because he asked him to show the amount of fake bot accounts they have on their website, and they still didn't give him the information according to him.
Yeah.
So they're either going to release it or drop it in total. The social media company revealed a new report that it fielded record numbers of legal demands, nearly 60,000 during a 6-month period last year, from local, state, and national governments that wanted Twitter to remove content from accounts or reveal confidential information such as direct messages or user locations. Why is Twitter so powerful? It has the smallest base probably amongst any social media.
Oh, you want to know why?
Good.
Intelligence community, CIA, all those people have involvement.
The
in
Bluebird
Twitter.
operation, look that up. It's funny they used the Bluebird.
Prominent.
So you think the CIA is just funding this one as the place to be for information?
Yeah.
Because Instagram, Facebook still more popular. TikTok way popular.
Who on Facebook?
What's that new one coming on Telegram? I wouldn't be surprised if that's done surpass Facebook at this point. A lot of people leaving Twitter and going to Telegram. So how do they still got so much clout? Why is it still the place to go to get information quickly? Is it just because of the way the site is made up? How everything is instantaneous?
Yeah.
Twitter security breach impacts 5.4 million users' data available for $30,000. Apparently, a hacker took advantage of Twitter's security vulnerability that came up earlier this year. Is now selling data of millions of users. So were they hacked, or they just admitting they selling people data?
They let themselves be hacked.
Are they really hacked, or they just letting people know, oh, we selling this now, by the way? This one right here is in Canada.
This is crazy.
This is an account in Canada called Chairman One, right? Look right here, what they got right here. This is the government of Canada. Notice from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. I'm sorry, not the government. This is the police force. Canadian subjects are directed not to follow Chairman 1. Fines, prison, or hard labor may ensue for violators. So if you are in Canada and a Canadian citizen and you follow this dude on
what's
Twitter,
the hard labor?
I don't know.
Prison?
I guess, maybe it's a community service. Go pick up some trash. Is that what they do in America?
Well, prisoners do that.
Yeah. So I guess prison or prison.
So prison or prison?
Prisoner
fines, prison.
Or fines, prison, or slave. Which one? So if you follow this account, you can be arrested, fined, or enslaved, basically. This is crazy.
Anybody gonna do it?
Now, we were told this is stuff that happened in China with their social credit system, but by the way, it's getting crazy. China now, we haven't talked about this. China now is making it where they can shut down your account. Flat out. Matter of fact, I think it happened. I forgot what city it happened in. There was almost a riot where they sent out military to protect banks because people were trying to withdraw their money, and they stopped them. So now in China, at least in some places, I don't know if they're gonna let it take over the whole thing yet because they're trying to come off as more, not as strongly communist. They're trying to be a mixture of a communist capitalist nation. So now in China, if you have a low social credit score, which means if you say something on the internet they don't like, if you say something, you get in some type of criminal trouble, you now will not be able to access your bank account.
They can withhold your funds.
Or they can stop you from purchasing certain things, like a firearm. I wonder what that sounds like it could work at. Working at social credit score work to stop you from buying firearms. This right here. Instagram is going to start surveying some users about race. The platform said it needs to collect and measure demographic information to better understand different experiences people may have on Instagram.
That's stupid.
I heard most people complaining that Instagram is looking more like TikTok. And they need to change that. They don't like some of the stuff they're changing. And they won't change it because they basically looking at it. Let's be honest.
I don't go on none of these platforms.
I'm not on Instagram either. I'm talking about what people are complaining about. People, Instagram is basically saying we don't want old people on our platform.
Well, old people can't get on there and, show their bodies off.
No, they are. The point is we don't want you taking pictures of your food, taking pictures on your vacation. We want young kids on our platform doing skits like on TikTok.
Well, old people be on TikTok. They're their biggest.
Who started it? It was the youth who brought in the old. You can't build off the older crowd. You got to build from the youth. The young, particularly young black children or teenagers, start every trend.
Oh, there you go.
They do. Yet everybody want a young black teenager to wear their clothes or make something they do cool. They define everything that's cool in pop culture.
There you go.
What?
That's why the other black nations have so much vitriol towards.
Wait, no, I didn't say Black American.
Oh, they do too.
Hold on, why you immediately put that on me?
I'm asking you.
No. We're not gonna miss.
Okay,
you put that on me.
Okay, put it back on me, and I asked the question.
I didn't ask you the question. This is my opinion.
So all black people globally, I told you he's a Pan-Africanist. He's a global black person.
Mm-hmm.
If you say anything about any other black people,
Travis, he gets
upset.
The young black American
and wants to, start fights and riots.
Fights? I'm not violent.
He's very violent. Don't believe him.
When last time you heard me being in a fight?
Well, the last time you got in a fight, you got your ass whooped.
No, I did not.
So
take that off my name. You lying on me. You lying on me right now.
Woo. See, I know how
to take off my name. You gonna keep that up?
I know when to hold them and when to fold them. You don't know when to hold them or to fold them.
What do you mean fold them?
I know when I judge it by the situation I'm in. You don't judge it by the situation that you in.
You gonna take that off my name? You gonna say I got beat up? When I get beat up?
I ain't gonna put your business out there.
He's bringing up the fact that when I was like 9, some twins. I got in a fight with some twins over a plastic bat. I did not get beat up.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, my whole family was sitting there watching and they didn't do nothing to help me. Yes, my brother was sitting right there and didn't do nothing to help me.
I'm supposed to go fight some little kids?
Oh, they little kids now.
They were smaller than you.
You you was lying.
Why they were bigger than you?
I got beat up by kids smaller than me.
You got beat up by some midgets.
You lying. They was taller than me. You lying.
That's why he always talking about little people or ball your ass up in the corner. He would know.
FBI investigation determined Chinese-made equipment could disrupt U.S. nuclear arsenal communication. Now, this company here, a couple years ago, America banned cell phones from this company to come into America because they were being used as spy devices on citizens. But now the same company, they're saying they have equipment here that can disrupt U.S. nuclear arsenal communications. Why have nobody pointed out how much China obviously, we talked about this obviously, how much China obviously want to get America up out of here? No one spies more openly on America than China, but they keep talking about Russia.
Exactly. That's because you know why? The Democratic Party got involvement with
the Chinese.
With Chinese. They know they're gonna take this over. They buying land here. They done sent out manifestos saying how
they own. How much of their debt do they own of America's? How much of America's debt do they own?
We already Chinese citizens and we don't even know it.
Didn't Trump teach his granddaughter how to speak Mandarin?
Mandarin
before English.
Sure did. He getting his baby prepared
before English. This is crazy. What the? I believe you. I heard the aggression. Hold on. Why are people making fake accounts in the comments?
What is going on?
I think this is one of those
you need a block.
Lord have mercy.
Listen, it's time to start getting some
Hold on.
Maybe time to start throwing some damn ranches. It's a lot of damn bots in the comment section.
What the hell is? It's not popping up for some reason. All right, whatever. All right, remember a few months ago when they were talking about I'm missing. Okay, this is it. Okay. Remember a couple months ago when people were talking about the supply shortage and how there was a whole bunch of containers outside of California?
It was in the Bay.
Ports. Yeah, the Bay Area, the ports. And in
no, it was in not the Bay, the other one. Where Snoop Dogg from?
Long Beach. And in Florida, there was a whole bunch of containers, and that's kind of the news around there has kind of dissipated. It's
still out there though.
Yeah, nobody's talking about it. But if you look here, this article here, they're still out there. Record container ship traffic jam as backlog continues to build. 153 ships stuck in queues outside North American ports, up 66% from early June.
That's crazy that this stuff is still out there. You know what? Some brave people should just get on a boat and you're a store owner,
you're saying store owners and they should go out there and go get it. Go get a ship and go to this ship and get your stuff.
I hope it ain't no food on there, because if it's any food on there,
I think this is more
retail
and stuff.
Okay,
yeah. Clothes.
I wonder though, if people start going out there
and just getting their shit,
would they then, if they would they try to find you or put you in jail?
Well, you don't know what's yours out there. It's like it's all, they got to separate this stuff.
That's absolutely crazy that they would allow this stuff to be out there in the ocean still.
If you only look at Los Angeles and Long Beach, the largest container import gateway in America, you think ship congestion has drastically reduced. The number of ships waiting there has fallen to 26 from a high of 109 in January. But in fact, North American port congestion has just re-entered record territory. The offshore traffic jam is once again as bad as it's ever been. In January, February, when North American congestion previously peaked, there have been just under 150 container vessels waiting off the coastlines. 2/3 were in Los Angeles, Long Beach queue. As of Thursday morning, there are 153, the majority of off East Coast, Gulf Coast ports, whereas an earlier West Coast pilot was centralized, highly publicized, and relatively easy to track. Today's ship queue is more widely dispersed and attracting less attention. Seems like that's on purpose. Spread the ships out so it don't look like there's a whole bunch of them in one area.
Everything they doing,
it's just control narrative.
Been on purpose.
It's to control the narrative. It's crazy. So we still got shortages apparently that's coming. Marriages and court cases can be held in the metaverse. We talked about how the court ain't coming back, at least not completely.
Well, you should be fine with marriages and court cases being held in the metaverse.
Why?
You said if you messing around with somebody in the metaverse, that it's not
acting like that wasn't a joke?
cheating.
Why you keep acting like
it wasn't a joke? You were serious.
How was I serious? I'm telling you it was a joke.
No, it wasn't a joke.
All right.
If you with somebody, you don't care what they do in the metaverse. So she gonna be lucky to have you.
Nigga, you
she gonna be out there twerking, doing little side stuff on the metaverse.
Yeah, all right. Legal marriage proceedings and court case disputes and government service may one day be offered on the metaverse, according to the Singaporean government minister. It seems like this is really a push by Zuckerberg to make his platform more relevant, because it just lost for the first time in a long time. They had a negative quarter. It lost. So it seemed like he's trying to push the metaverse as the new reality hard. And he's also trying to make Instagram the new TikTok.
Well, you know, there's a lot of people out here trying to escape their reality and want to go into a alternate.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got
space.
people already there. I think the only way the metaverse can be somewhat useful is if you use it to watch sporting events or something, like something inconsequential. DC mayor calls for a National Guard to deal with influx of illegal migrants.
Oh, really?
Now,
you know, Fox News had a field day with this.
I remember when the Texas governor first started shipping Governor Abbott started shipping them over to DC. People were looking at it like some political play. It's not a big deal. Nothing's gonna come from it. Well, it took a few months, but it's finally starting to boil over.
He actually packed their ass up and sent them to Washington, D.C.
No, we knew he was sending them, but the people they were saying that they were going to D.C., but then they would just leave D.C. and go down to Florida or go up to New York. They would just leave. But apparently they ain't leaving. They going to D.C. or Washington, and they staying in Washington.
Because they love to be where black people are for some reason.
Why you assuming they're around niggas?
It's in Washington, D.C. That's Chocolate City. We'll just take over this space.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser said Thursday that she asked for the National Guard to be deployed to help handle the influx of illegal immigrants coming into the nation's capital. Bowser described the situation as a growing humanitarian crisis of people who are seeking asylum coming across the country to get a final destination, saying that Washington, D.C. will continue to pursue federal involvement. We've had a number of discussions, she said. We have facilitated FEMA's involvement with a $1 million grant that has been increased to work with the lead nonprofit agency. We facilitated using those grants funds to set up respite center in a neighboring jurisdiction, and I've also asked the Secretary of the Army to deploy the DC National Guard to help lead that effort. So she basically saying they're overwhelmed and these people need somewhere to stay and they don't have enough money. So I guess the FEMA is building up these places for them to basically doing what's happening at the border. They're just doing it in DC.
Building up what places?
Building up places for them to just like little camps for them to stay, I guess. It's
so
FEMA.
we can build up camps for migrants to
But
come
not
here.
homeless.
But we can't do that for the homeless.
It's
and
too-
even when the homeless try to build up their own spaces, they get
kicked out.
What
Hold
they
on,
call
hold
it, a
on.
sweep.
Don't act like you friendly, homeless friendly.
Who?
You be talking shit about
I
homeless.
do talk about they
Mainly
stinking
the-
asses.
especially the white ones.
Exactly. Let's be clear on who I really target.
Oh, the fate of unvaccinated National Guard members and reservists sparked fears of Capitol Hill on mass military separation. So while she's asking for help from the National Guard is in trouble because there's a lot of their members who do not want to take the vaccination.
That's why the Army branches and the sizes is decreasing, because that's one of the reasons, probably because nobody don't want to go take the
vaccination.
I'm not going to say that word.
We did a story on this last, I don't know what week it was, when we talked about how the U.S. military for the first time will have under 1 million active military members.
Well, there's a lot of reasons.
When people don't want to join.
People fat as hell.
Can't join.
Well, they
People
can't
don't have
join because they can't even get out of the damn bed or the house.
They said there's a lower intelligence, so people don't meet the requirements.
I would say depression probably plays a role in it too.
Yeah, the people that typically join the military come from poverty. They deal with depression anyway, so they ain't got nothing to do with it. Crazy people join the army to go kill people so they can get some weird euphoria.
Poverty.
Yeah.
What group, mainly group, come from poverty?
Black. That's a lot of. You know how many black people are in the military?
I know there's a lot of black people in the military, but black people don't typically talk about being depressed.
I didn't say black people. They're not the majority, unless they might be at this. They might be at this point. I'm talking about there's a lot of. It's only poor people that go to the military. They only come for the poor people. That's why they be going to the high schools in areas of high poverty.
I remember when I almost went into the Marines.
Yes, this nigga who talked the way he talked now at the age of, what was you, 18? You almost joined the Marines. Man, oh man, how decisions. Woo! And the dude who came to assign you up ended up falling asleep. He was so damn tired.
It was a white dude.
Yeah.
He felt comfortable around Negroes.
No, he was tired.
Oh.
They could tell he probably been riding for a couple of days straight going.
I mean, if he shot us, he would have been, you know.
He was going back and forth to all these Negroes' houses, trying to sign him up for that military. He working hard for the military. All right.
Yep.
Washington, D.C. at a tipping point as migrants arrive from the border. Also,
at a tipping point.
Also in Florida, DeSantis is sending immigrants to Delaware. He's sending them to Delaware. So, you know, he's saying we're not.
Abbott said, I'll send them to Washington, D.C., and DeSantis said, I'll send them to Delaware.
I want to show this too. This is the press secretary taking a question from somebody who asked about what's the difference between the Texas governor sending immigrants to Washington versus them, the Biden administration, flying people in at nighttime to New York.
She just not built for this.
And she admitted that they're flying in immigrants in the middle of the night to New York. She admitted it.
If I could, just off topic a little bit, what's the difference between Texas busing migrants to D.C. and the federal government flying migrants to, say, New York in the middle of the night in other cities?
It's very different because we're not doing it as using migrants as a political pawn.
But, you're not.
So you are using migrants as a political
me,
pawn.
When you saw those polls come out of Texas and saw all those Mexicans willing to vote for Republicans, you didn't think, what? We the ones that got you in the country. You're bringing them in the country for a voting block.
You try to do it in New York.
Yeah.
And the Negroes.
Yeah, they try to make it illegal for illegal immigrants to
I got to give the blacks.
be able to vote.
I got to give the blacks.
The blacks.
In
New York.
some credit. They did come out strongly and say, no, they're not voting. So kudos to the blacks in New York.
What you say, that is crazy.
Because I treat them like white. I treat them how the white people talk. The blacks. It's a stain.
Now look at this tweet here. This is a tweet by Corinne where she said something to Donald Trump in 2019. She said, real Donald Trump, where are the pesos for your bigoted wall? Well, you know what the money is?
Donald Trump probably said, what ingredients do you put in your mud pies?
That wasn't funny. That wasn't funny. That was messed up. That wasn't funny. Y'all cuss him out in the comments. Cuss him out. That wasn't funny. Biden administration to fill wall gaps near Yuma, Arizona. What they're not saying is Biden is finishing Trump's wall. That's what. Why didn't you just say that in the title?
Because they can't come out and flat out say it.
President Joe Biden halted new border wall construction. Who did that? Who was ordering the new border to be constructed? After he took office, but has since made closing the gaps just south of Yuma a priority. So Biden is continuing the wall. So wait, where did he get the funding to do it? Trump apparently had a fight for it, allegedly.
He taking it out of the COVID-19 budget.
But yeah, when they was letting the illegal immigrants in, aren't some of those people not vaccinated? So isn't that bringing in more chances of it spreading?
Yeah.
Just like in 2020, we allow people to go out and march and stuff and then bring up COVID.
A couple of them might be bringing in monkeypox too.
That monkeypox. Look, man, when we get to that,
you know what? I'll wait till we get to it.
Yeah, wait till we get to it. Because when we get to that, Nick, students pressure
abstinence. It's not just that one group anymore that's starting to get it. You got to be worried about other demographics now that have it.
Student pressure to celebrate pansexual drag queen at school chapel as teacher resigns over misuse of pronouns. I don't even got to read this.
Nope.
They went to a church or a chapel, I'm sorry. And this person here had to be celebrated.
A drag queen.
Had to be celebrated by the students, or they said they would be pressured to celebrate with them. They would be stared at. They would call homophobic if they didn't accept a pin with a flag on it. These are high schoolers.
They're getting them ready.
And then the teacher quit because of misuse of pronouns. Well, I'm gonna make sure I put this article. If y'all haven't read it, I'm gonna put this article in the whatchamacallit, the description, because I want y'all to read through some of the crazy shit that happened at this high school. Breeder Phillips' social media references high-risk sexual practices, including water sports, fisting, balls teeth, turning out, glory hole, and one in the pink, two in the stink.
Oh my God. I told y'all we finished.
This shit is getting crazy.
They are finished.
And this is you invited into a chapel in front of high schoolers.
This is a chapel, by the way. I think the bigger. This is a chapel.
This is a chapel. The students were saying they definitely made it. Look, there was tons of social pressure to dance along and pretend like this was a normal for sure. A student who asked not to be named told the Post Millennial. Whether it be people tapping on shoulders and telling them to stand up, or just a collective staring contest at whoever wasn't totally participating. Shit is crazy.
It's done.
One in the pink.
One in the pink. Two in the stink. Even though I don't really understand what they're talking about.
The Census administration targets Miami bar with drag show attended by kids. So there was a bar called Our House, and they had kids in their bar with drag queens.
Like that little boy?
A little boy going around bars. And now people reported the bar, and they're afraid they're going to lose their liquor license. So they're saying, we're going to make sure to fix this. Hopefully Ron DeSantis is okay with supporting small businesses. We'll fix it. Basically trying to play the whole in the card of, oh, we're a middle-class small business. You don't want to destroy one of those, do you?
He should want to destroy one of those if they're allowing kids to be in a drag queen.
Anybody who won't watch this dude, there's some dirt on him too.
I know. And you know what? All these people in Florida that's holding him up with all these regards, they're going to get bit.
J. Edgar Hoover had a little Negro in him. And he was the most anti. All I'm saying is,
he wasn't black though.
No, who said he was black?
Because y'all love claiming people that got an ounce of Negro in them.
So I'm just saying, it's some stuff about DeSantis that's going to come out.
Oh, you trying to say he a Negro?
Who?
You.
Who?
You. DeSantis. Is that what you saying?
Where the hell I say that at?
Oh, okay. You brought up Ed Hoover, so.
I was comparing him being a 10th Negro and having this strong hatred for black people.
Did DeSantis have a strong hate for black people?
Well, okay, I don't know how you're not catching this. I'm not saying about black people.
Stop beating around the bush and just say what you got to say with all these comparisons. Oh.
Drag. I would not be surprised if this nigga walk on and this Negro.
Oh, absolutely. They all do.
We saw the other dude walking around in a dress, the Republican. Don't be surprised in the next couple years, the pictures don't rotate. Pictures don't come out about DeSantis and damn drag.
Or with drags. Allegedly.
Same difference.
I never said it.
I never said it. Leftist senator hopeful they can find 5 Republicans who passed same-sex marriage polygamy bill.
And this tipped me over the edge yesterday. I was like, it's finished.
Because so now it ain't just the same-sex thing. Now America wants to say, let's go ahead and go on with this polygamy thing. Go ahead.
With the same sex, they know they like having orgies and multiple partners, so they like, well, let's just let them get married.
So basically, all the Mormons who are in Utah and stuff, where it's legal, polygamy is okay, now they're going to be able to spread out across the country. They're trying to replenish the earth. So,
with white people.
Or is this go right back to Roe v. Wade?
Having more kids.
This goes right back to that.
But they're not going to get nothing out of same sex.
They don't. This right here is the smoke screen. This is
because they don't just want to come out and say it because all these years they've been against it.
So this is what they really want. And she said she needs 5 They said they needed 5 Republicans.
They ain't gonna be hard to find.
They can get 30. They'll get 30 just fine. All right, now this next part is heartbreaking. The start, at least. What was that?
What was that?
On the train. That was we have to call it it now. Yeah, the military is about, I heard 40, but yeah, 33% probably is more likely what it is. Yeah, a lot of Negroes in the military. It is what it is. Ooh boy, this one right here scared Travis, y'all.
Jesus. Because I know what this is gonna lead to.
Now remember, we're in the early months of this monkeypox thing, so everything we're saying now, which is the truth, things we've been saying, don't be surprised in the next 8 months if this stuff is considered for medical misinformation. So it is what it is. We saying it now. Don't be surprised what's being said now don't get called a lie.
They're gonna come
later
back to this video and flag it.
So this to be known. We said,
what we got to make it till September without getting another
3rd.
strike.
Yeah, y'all. We got
2 strikes.
We got 2 strikes. If we get one more before September 3rd,
we gonna be locked up forever.
It's channel gone. So I'm gonna try to walk on these eggshells. Smooth.
I don't do well with walking on eggshells.
We Black American. We could be smooth doing anything. Monkeypox virus could become entrenched as new STD in U.S. Now we said, what was this? Last year?
Yeah.
We talked about monkeypox?
We did.
First, we made sure to point out that they've already did studies on this and said they know how to make it airborne. Now we said it also who it mainly affects. And Travis made a fantastic point about this in America versus where it supposedly originated and how it spreads differently.
Just in America, in European countries, it spreads differently.
Yeah.
Now, in West Africa,
which is allegedly where it came from.
You got this from an animal.
Yep.
And we know in Africa, there's not a lot of, I'm sure there's homosexuals in Africa, but it's not
as prominent.
It's not as prominent
publicly at least.
We think so.
Yeah, we think. We don't know.
But how come in America this monkeypox is affecting gay men and bisexual men? And so when I saw this article say they're labeling it as a STD, we said this ain't nothing.
No, they said it could become
an STD.
Yeah.
And we said it's the same thing as.
Don't say it.
We can't say it.
We can't even say it.
But y'all know what we're trying to say.
Exactly.
The same thing that started out in the 80s.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as that.
So the spread of monkeypox in the U.S. could represent a dawn of a new sexually transmitted disease, though some health officials say that the virus that causes pimple-like bumps might yet can be contained before it is firmly established.
And notice in Africa, they primarily get it all over their body.
Yeah.
Where are these white men getting these lesions at?
I've only seen
their mouth.
Hold on, I've only seen it on one person. I haven't looked up any videos.
I've seen videos. I've seen, because they be on CNN and all these other outlets. These white men.
Yeah.
We always say white men. We'll say this ain't affecting
black,
but we all forget about Atlanta. I don't know. I don't know how the hell.
Before you jump the gun,
but anyway,
I don't know how to go in.
If you notice, they're getting it on their hands.
Yeah.
Around their mouth area.
Yeah.
They're getting it on their hands and their mouth area. So why are they mainly getting it on their mouth area and their hands?
All right, we got it. You ain't got to go no detail.
But in Africa, they getting it all over their body
because it's actually it's spreading.
So in America, you're getting this through sexual intercourse
or at least physical contact.
Or physical contact. In Africa, it have nothing to do with no sexual intercourse.
And the way that they said that the proper medical term is men who have sex with men. That's the way they said it.
But now they're fighting the LGBTQ are saying, well, this is the same thing
it's been
they labeled in the 80s when that came out. They're putting that same label on us.
Now,
I'm like, well, go ahead. I'm done.
All right. Experts don't agree on the likely path of the disease, with some fearing that it is becoming so widespread that it is on the verge of becoming an entrenched STD. Look at this. Like gonorrhea, herpes, and HIV. That's the article. That's AP News that said that.
And hold on. And I was watching a video of because it was 2 cases in Texas,
mm-hmm.
and the dude who got it, he was like, in the end, he's saying, well, I probably got this from just I just randomly kissing people at a bar, and he said, I don't want people to think that it's disgusting, and people in the comment section like, it is disgusting. And if you stop playing an ass, you would be getting the damn monkeypox.
Come on, man.
But because y'all choose to do that, you got it.
Fitz reading this. But no one's really sure. And some say testing and vaccines can stop the outbreak from taking root. So far, more than 2,800 U.S. cases have been reported as far as the international outbreak that emerged 2 months ago. About 99% of the men who reporting having sex with other men, health officials say. Look, about 99% have been men who reported having sex with other men, health officials say. Health officials are not sure how fast the virus has spread. They have only limited information about people who have been diagnosed, and they don't know how many infected people might be spreading it unknowingly.
To me, this is the same thing as something else, and they just labeling it as monkeypox because they're already saying they're probably going to rename the virus to another name.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to show this right here. I'm not going to read it. I said it's a headline to a damn title.
You can't, no, it's literally, it's going to be a moment of silence.
And you can read what it say. I think I already showed this. I don't know. All right. I'm just saying. We said that last year as well, and we got banned for 2 weeks for that too last year for saying that, and then China's doing what it's doing. New York raises monkeypox alarm. San Francisco declares emergency. Look what places that is.
All you see is white men with shorts above their knees.
We showed that video of them in lines, and the black people were complaining that the black gay dudes were complaining that they were taking their spots in the city, in the neighborhood.
Not
priority.
First of all, you shouldn't be in that lifestyle no way.
And you're not priority.
That's not y'all lifestyle.
Authorities stated the declarations will help authorities to mobilize resources. New York and San Francisco have issued monkeypox alerts in case.
How the hell is Atlanta?
What?
How the hell is Atlanta not up there?
New York and San Francisco have issued monkeypox alerts as cases continue to rise and the United States faces a shortage of vaccines. Authorities in New York said on Thursday the virus represents the imminent threat to public health across the state. Health Commissioner Michael T. Bassett said the declaration would help health departments engage in response and prevention activities to access additional state reimbursement.
And one white man in the conversation said that video I was watching because some people calling him brave for sharing his story. He was like, it's dirty. And the fucking sad part about it is, it's your guys' lifestyle that's going to spread into the community and fuck us all over. And that's exactly what's being planned.
Yeah, should I even show this video?
Yes, I'm going to step away and not look at the screen, but it needs to be shown.
Step away?
I'm going to turn my head away from the screen.
I said, but why?
Because I don't want to see it.
Well, then why should I show it to them?
They don't want to see it, then they can walk away from the screen too. Sorry. I mean, you're going to eventually see it. Somebody you know going to have it eventually.
I put it on Twitter, but for whatever reason, it just disappeared.
What you're about to see is graphic.
Now, this right here, this is said to be the first case of a female with monkeypox. This is in Georgia.
Where at in Georgia?
It didn't say. It just said Georgia.
I'm guessing Atlanta.
So in Georgia, this is the first case of a woman with monkeypox. I'm not gonna show. I'm not gonna show the whole thing. I'm just gonna skip through it. I'm not gonna play the video.
Why you think you're gonna get flagged for it?
I don't think I should, but it might say it's shocking content. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, this is her day 3, day 8. Ugh, yo. This is day 9, 12. Man, oh man. Let me tell you something.
And they said it's excruciating pain. It's like sticking a needle every time you move.
Let me say this.
And she probably also got it on the inside of her mouth, too.
I don't know. We talked all that shit about
COVID-19.
The other thing.
They ain't got shit on this.
Listen.
I already told you what I'm doing.
Listen. if that shit start turning into that, I'm not saying I'm taking a whatever, but
no, I'm not taking nothing.
I'm definitely.
All you have to do is remain from being around people. If you are not in a relationship with somebody, unfortunately, you can't be in a relationship with nobody. You can't be out here just laying up with random people because you don't know who the people that you laying up with is laying up with. Abstinence. It's a good time to practice abstinence.
It's funny because
you don't know who that person you with, if they're out there doing something, and the person they was doing that with. If you are not in a relationship with somebody and you do not fully trust them, we've come into the age of abstinence. Because they've made it clear this is a sexual.
They're definitely painting it as more sexual than just. Because at first they said it's just
in
physical.
Africa, it didn't have nothing to do with intercourse.
At first they said it's just physical contact, but it seems like they're now in America, at least in the media, just flat out painting it as an STD.
And where does she have it at?
Her mouth.
Where do most STDs appear? On your genitals and around your mouth area.
Yeah. And look at this. New York City Mayor Eric Adams has fired over 1,750 city employees for refusing to get the COVID jab.
We still doing that?
Yep. In addition to the 1,752 employees who have been fired for the stand against the COVID-19 mandate, over 6,000 city workers are still awaiting the response after applying for medical or religious exemption. So he's firing a lot of workers, but they got this thing about to pop off possibly. They're going to need those people, ain't they? You still worried about this? You got something else.
That's way bigger.
It seems like it's going to be way worse.
And it's
like, you
it's
worried
gross.
about, you still worried about this. It's
it
like,
makes you cringe. It's just.
Brazil reports first monkeypox death outside of Africa in current outbreak. I didn't know so many people were dying from this, but apparently Brazil has the first monkeypox death outside of Africa. Brazil on the Friday reported the first monkeypox related death outside of the African continent in the current outbreak shortly before Spain confirmed Europe's first known death in the outbreak later in the day. So it was Brazil and then Europe. This one different.
Well, I ain't, you know.
This one is different.
It hit different when you look at it. It makes you question everything.
Like, shit, man.
You gonna be in them lines waiting.
Huh?
You gonna be in the line waiting?
No.
You said you may get the jab.
A black woman has it in Atlanta, and many claim she appears to be a sex worker. She had it all over her body, but it's mostly around her mouth. Definitely have to look away. It's face vomiting. Yeah, it's bad. Most black people get STI from people they know, not strangers or one-offs. Yeah. It's mainly you. Look, I was about to say that. It's not that you can't go be out if you're in a relationship and y'all don't live together. If y'all don't live together, you gotta end that. Like, and even if y'all live together, I mean, like was it Corey who said that? When your
somebody may get bored.
No, when Corey said that, he was like, when your girl is not in the house, or even for the women, when your man is not in the house, he or she is in the streets. I don't care if they say they're going to the store. I don't care if they say they're going to a friend's house. They in the street. Ain't no telling what they're doing. So,
wow.
Yeah. All right, let me this is the one you sent me. This is sad as hell. This is crazy. Nursing homes are suing friends and family to collect on patients' bills. Friends? I don't even know. Is that even... Have you ever heard of a situation where they send a bill to your friend? Not a family member, not a son, a daughter, mom, dad, brother, sister.
If you over their financial stuff.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
that too.
They would send a bill to your ass.
Yeah.
But if you just dropping by, hey, Miss such and such, I just come by to visit you, and you writing your name. Don't write your real name down on the visiting sheet no more.
Because if you're a visitor, you must be family.
Because if you put your name down on the visiting
they gonna hit your
log, they're gonna have to say, hey, we're gonna take you to court and get this money.
It says Lucille Brooks was stunned when she picked up a phone before Christmas 2 years ago and learned a nursing home was suing her I thought this is crazy. Recall Brooks, 74, retired, who lives with her husband in a modest home in Rochester suburbs.
Modest.
Brooks' brother had been a resident of the nursing home, but she had no control over his money or authority to make decisions for him. She wondered how she could be on the hook for his nearly $8,000 bill. Brooks would learn she wasn't alone pursuing unpaid bills. Nursing homes across the industrial city have been routinely suing not only residents but their friends and family. A KHN review of court records reveal the practice was ensnared scores of children, grandchildren, neighbors, and others, many with nearly no financial ties or residents or legal responsibility for their debts. The lawsuit eliminated a dark corner of America's larger medical debt crisis, which a investigation found has touched more than half of all U.S. adults in the past 5 years. Damn. Half of the adults in this country have debt with some type of medical debt?
Pretty much.
This country ain't shit. How you the wealthiest country in the world and half your population is in debt at some point in their life?
They in debt because of school,
medical.
I have
those main two.
I told you that I have this one black older female employee that I keep in contact with, and she was saying how she has 2 siblings that's getting ready to retire. That's her older brother, and she's the oldest than her brother, and then the 4th sibling is getting ready to retire.
Yeah.
And she's just saying how she ain't ready to retire yet. She's not really financially ready to retire yet. Anyway, she said her siblings are trying to talk her into buying a house. She said, I'm 68 years old. Why the hell would I buy a house?
Oh, they want you to pass it down.
And even her, her daughter was even like, yeah, Mom, you could buy a house. And then, if you ever want to move back to California, you can still have your house here and rent it out. But see, Gloria thinking ahead. She's like, but if something break down, I got to damn pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Any electrical, anything that's wrong with the house, she still has to fix this stuff for her tenants.
Mm-hmm.
And she's thinking like, this is a 30-year, because most of the time it takes you 30 years to pay off.
Yeah.
And she's like, hell, I don't even know if I'm going to be around
30
for 30 years. But I said that also plays into the mindset of black people that we think about us.
And now
I'm not thinking about
your
her
kid,
daughter.
your daughter. And her
daughter had, is something to leave on to them. But she's like, hell, I'm the one that got to be stuck paying this damn loan off.
That's how it go.
In a way, she's right, but in a way,
she's not right, because
she's not right.
You're supposed to leave it to your descendants.
But she's thinking, I'm gonna have to pay this until
but they're gonna take it over
on.
when you gone.
But you're leaving them a bill too.
But that's a bill I would imagine they mind, which is sad, because what I realize in this country, when you lose somebody very dear to you, there's a very stark reality you have to immediately recognize, which is that when someone dies in this country very quickly turns them into a bill. Very quickly. Like, mourning, you have to mourn and figure stuff out at the same time. They turn people into a bill immediately.
Like I said, it's nothing like the movies when somebody die.
Yeah.
And they take the body off.
No, you have to call someone.
You have to call a morgue.
And
and have them come and pick up the body. Only time they take the body if it's a homicide or the
investigation,
death,
yes.
It's an investigation surrounding the death. If it's a natural cause and this is how they died, no, you got to have that body picked up. That's why it was a story in Los Angeles when a woman died and her husband.
No, her husband died.
South Central? Was it South Central?
Yeah, her husband died.
Her husband died.
And she called the morgue and they didn't come out there because they had so many other people calling to pick up bodies.
He had been there for how long?
I can't remember how long. Is that? A couple of days. And she said she
just
buried him in the yard. She was like, they wouldn't come. I had to bury him. I'm not going to just have him sitting.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. When I die, I ain't leaving you no bills to anybody. Take my ass, cremate me, and throw my damn ashes over my mama's grave. I don't want no funeral service. I don't want nothing. Just cremate me and have a nice day.
Okay. Okay, basically, this lawsuit is just sad. Once again, people are just bills in this country. And when people die, let me tell you something.
You're a debt number.
Exactly.
Like a credit score.
That's your social security number. It's just a number that can keep track of you so they can know where to send the papers through the debt. The second someone die and your family, those debt collectors going to find out how to find somebody to put this debt on.
Instead of America having a credit score, they're gonna have a debt you owe over your head.
How much debt do you owe? Well, America's already in a debt system. How much you know your worth is based off how much you owe.
I don't. Well,
how
I
much
don't.
debt you in? That's how you know how much you worth.
I have no debt. I don't owe nothing.
And that's where what do you call it? Net worth.
They don't like it though.
They don't like that. It's a sad situation where when you have
credit score,
when you young and you want to purchase something, and they say, "Oh well, you don't have enough credit."
You got to build your credit up.
Get in debt to have credit.
Well, they call it building your credit up.
But I have to be in debt to build it up.
We have to know that you are.
But this was only created.
Yeah.
This was created in a system to make sure things stay the way they. I watched a video on this, and they said when this did not exist. Go ahead.
It's the same example you gave with Master P, saying how you have to give him $100,000 in order for him to know.
That's different.
That you have. Well, no. In order for you to go out and purchase things and get loans and stuff like that, you have to show proof that you've gone out and gotten loans and you paid it off.
That's not the same.
Or you're actively working on paying for it.
That's not the same.
How is it not the same?
Me wanting you to show your wealth so that I know whether or not I want to invest with you, so that I know you're not scared of losing money possibly and know how to invest. It's not the same as you needing me to go in debt.
Well, no, they're not saying going into debt. They just need to have a history showing that you
pay.
No, that you have gotten stuff and you paid it off.
You had a owe, right? You can't buy it. You have to make payments, right? You owe.
Well, that shows
debt.
Well, no, it's showing that you are responsible.
So wait, so if I want to purchase something for $10,000 and it costs, and I can just pay for it,
okay,
and they say no,
we're gonna act like people don't pay their bills.
What?
We're not gonna act like people don't pay their bills.
So you support this system?
I'm not saying I support it, but we're not gonna sit here and act like
that's not why they invented it. You know,
I know that's not why they invented it.
In the 40s, 50s, this didn't exist,
dude.
And people were just fine buying houses. So what
I don't need a
about?
history on it. I'm aware of it.
So what are you talking about? People don't pay their bills.
What I'm saying is, and how they're perceiving it.
That's not why they invented it. That's my point. They didn't give a damn about people not paying bills. Back then, if you didn't pay bills, you know what they did? They kicked you out the house and they took the item back that you didn't pay for. It's no different. Even now, when you in debt and you don't pay it off, they take it back and your credit score go down now. That's the only difference.
U.S. secures 171 million Omicron COVID shots.
See, okay.
Ahead of fall vaccination campaign.
The anti-American person is defending the American system. U.S. is
the anti-American person.
Yeah.
Who the anti-American person?
I thought we were. Are you a pro-American?
I'm not a pro-American.
When I say American, I don't mean.
I ain't no Pan-Africanist like you are. Don't put me in that same category with you. Now we share similar beliefs.
So now you're
and
capitalist.
Similar thoughts, but
so
we
now
don't
you're
agree
capitalist.
on everything. I'm not a capitalist.
But you're defending a capitalist system.
Can we move on to this story? Because this ain't going nowhere. It's just random talk.
U.S. has agreed to purchase 66 million doses of Moderna's new vaccine formula and target Omicron at 1.7 billion deal. Moderna order comes on top of the U.S. agreement to buy 105 million doses of Pfizer updates shots and target Omicron at 3.2 billion. So basically, they're letting you know the fall. Damn, how much stuff is going on right now?
It's a lot of stuff going on.
You got the inflation, the shortages, the gas prices, Ukraine, the money they're sending over there. You got COVID still. Now you got monkeypox coming. You got these mass shootings they're not really talking about no more all of a sudden. There's a lot of shit going on right now. But funny enough, since they're buying all these vaccines, you know who not finna push those vaccines on anyone this time around at least?
They say.
At least. NBA won't have COVID-19 vaccine mandate for 2022-23 season per report. Unvaccinated players may be subject to periodic testing pending discussion with the NBPA. I wonder why. Or maybe it has something to do with losing billions of dollars.
So that means they care more about money than the public health safety.
That's what they said they care about public health safety. That's why they want to do this stuff, but then they go against the grind. And
when they find out they losing money.
Yeah.
So it's all about that American dollar.
Always. CDC issues alert after bacteria that cause deadly disease is detected in the U.S. for the first time. The bacteria was found in the property of Mississippi man who had come down with the disease look, this name. This is what the word
melioidosis.
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 Deutsche.
A germ that causes a rare and sometimes deadly disease, long thought to be confined to tropical climate, has been found in soil and water in continental United States. U.S. health officials said Wednesday the bacteria was found in a property of a Mississippi man who had come down with disease. Officials don't know how long it had been there. They said it is likely occurring in their area as long as the Gulf Coast. U.S. physicians should consider, even in patients who haven't traveled to the countries, the Center of Disease Control and Prevention said in their health alert. Now, you had a reason why you think it's in that area, because they said it's in contaminated water in sewage places.
Yeah, because they don't have a great sewage in the South.
We did a sad...
In Mississippi, Alabama.
Yeah, we had a video we did in a reaction to a very sad segment. I think it was PBS, was it?
One of those networks.
Where they was talking to an older woman about her having to pay for a sewage system place in her area, and she couldn't afford it. So when you go to the back where the sewage is supposed to be, it's just spilling out into the land. And you can tell
it's spilling out into like
a digging, like
the forest area.
Yeah. And
woods area.
And it was just like, how the hell the city making people pay for their own, like, come on.
No septic tanks.
So another thing to possibly worry about was all these diseases popping up all of a sudden. Man, oh man. What's this? China has invented.
We on China ass in this video.
What we talking about China at?
We talked about China with the moment of silence.
Okay.
And it was two other topics we talked about China.
We might have brought them up. We didn't have topics on them. China has invented an ice cream that doesn't melt even when next to a fire. You showed me this 2 weeks ago. Let me show y'all.
Their shoes from this? Another wrote, Zhong Shui Gao ice cream, a new type of high temperature resistant and fire resistant building material. In this regard, Shui Gao.
Building material? So it's not even ice cream. Okay.
On July 5th, many videos circulated on mainland social media showing netizens using a lighter to try and burn the brand's ice cream. In the video, smoke can be seen when a flame is applied to the ice cream to burn it. Surprisingly, the ice cream resisted the flame of a lighter and didn't melt. The incident caught netizens' attention regarding food safety in China. Many left comments to express their thoughts after the news broke out. When
Just like that damn rice.
Oh, y'all about to say that? I mean, there was a video we saw. Was she Jamaican?
She was Jamaican.
There was a Jamaican woman who did a video where she was eating China. She was on rice that came from China. And there was a big story where they were saying how Chinese people, or Chinese companies, should I say, was putting plastic rice mixed in with real rice. Or sometimes it's flat out giving you plastic rice. And the woman bought the rice. And she tried to cook it. And then she just balled it up on her hand and said, the raw bounced the rice like a damn ball.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Just bouncing the rice like a ball.
China is known for doing stuff like this.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Parmesan, when you know that powdered Parmesan cheese.
It has wood chips.
Sawdust
in it.
It's like, why does this food have the most strange things in it?
I look at everything I eat on the back of it before I put it in my body.
I made an accident and told Travis something and made him stop eating peanut butter.
Yep, I do not eat peanut butter anymore. I used to love peanut butter.
I think they said peanut butter based off the FDA can have, was it 2 bugs in it or something? Or legs? They can have a certain amount of bugs in peanut butter where it's okay. It's FDA approved. And since then, is a rat tail or rat hair? I think it was rat hair, rat tail, something. And he ain't ate it ever since. Well, you ain't stop eating McDonald's after you saw?
Yes, I did. What you mean?
Wait, let me finish my sentence. You ain't stop eating McDonald's after you saw Super Size Me. Remember that movie?
When did Super Size Me come out?
When you watch it, it's not when it came out. I'm pretty sure you had to watch it in school. That's why everybody watched it.
I don't remember watching that in school.
You never watched it?
No.
You never watched Super Size Me?
No, I never watched that. You can give me the face all you want to. I ain't never watched it.
All right.
What year did Super Size Me come out?
I don't know when it came out. I watched it in, I don't remember. Was it middle school or elementary school? I can't remember. It was about telling you how bad it is and all that stuff. New lawsuit deems Skittles unfit for human consumption and are poisonous enough to change your DNA.
I always ate M&Ms.
So now you never had Skittles.
But you know, M&Ms got different colors too.
So you never had Skittles?
Maybe once or twice.
Niggas be lying, boy. It would seem that your mother may have been correct all along, according to allegations made in a recent filed class action lawsuit in the United States. Skittles candies are unfit for human consumption, are allegedly poisonous enough to change your DNA.
We have
change DNA, as you probably said.
We have an aunt who did not allow our cousins to eat no junk food.
She ate some, not a lot though.
It wasn't some. Do you know how often? So we're not gonna talk about. The only time they had junk food is when they went around her dick. But they have great teeth to this day, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for the middle. Except for the, we kind of like piano teeth a little bit.
I'm about to say his name, but now you're talking shit about your cousin. Mars Inc., the popular chocolate bar brand and multinational manufacturer of Skittles and many other confections, is accused of selling and marketing these toxic treats to children and people across the world for nearly half a century. The lawsuit was filed in California and was initiated by the plaintiff, Janelle Tom Thames. According to the documents reviewed by the NBC News, the Thames claims that Skittles contain heightened levels of synthetic substance, titanium dioxide. In the sugar-laden formula, titanium dioxide has the E number 171 and is chemically synthesized substance. It is extensively regulated and exceeds the limit the FDA has established for it. Is anything safe?
No, that's why I stick to what I eat.
In America, at least.
In America,
what is eating healthy? Because I mean, they give you. They'll give you vegetables.
You can't even say water.
I'm about to say that because if you drink too much water and see what happens.
You know, fluoride in water.
All type of, it's more than fluoride. I'm pretty sure they got way more than fluoride in that water. So what is safe?
Nothing. Well, anything that you consume or too much of is 2004 Supersize Me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Is anything safe in America? Is anything truly healthy? They give you fruit with no seeds in it.
I know, and at work,
I didn't tell you it's healthy.
I purchased some yellow. They have a yellow watermelon now, and it has seeds in it. And it's sad to say, I'm gonna say it. Normally I don't eat nothing that is not natural and off colored. I tried the yellow watermelon and I liked it better than watermelon. I don't eat watermelon, and I would eat the yellow watermelon.
Yeah, because you like fake food.
GMO.
You like classical.
It had a little hint of lemon in it.
So they created a fruit out of this. Created a fruit that mixed.
Yeah, it's yellow watermelon.
So did they mix two fruits?
I don't know.
Seeds?
They do that with melons all the time.
Yeah, I know.
Though. They mix melons.
I know they do it with a lot of fruit. They'll mix the seeds and then plant it and watch see what grows.
Well, the corn that we eat is not actually the corn should be eating.
It's been changed crazy.
Changed.
So are we in a recession or not?
Yes, according to the president.
Now look, there's not somehow something we all can look up a definition to. We're being told.
You screenshotted it, right?
Yeah, it's already.
It's gonna change.
They saw it. Somehow, again, something we have a definition to is no longer that's the definition. So now we don't know what a woman is, and we don't know what a recession is. We can't define it.
Well, it sounds like they're trying to control your thought process.
Change your language. If you're confused about whether the U.S. economy is in a recession, you're not alone. On one hand, gross domestic product, a key measure of economic output, shrank for the second straight quarter this week, rising fears that the country has entered or will soon enter recession territory. On the other hand, the job market remains very strong, telling us the economy is still robust. That job market shit.
I see now hiring everywhere still. Hell, the Metro has on their bus now hiring.
The buses are
The buses are hiring. The bus driver say it's bad business to be a bus driver right now.
Well, how much did their wages fall?
No, they make good money. I actually think they probably got an increase because of the
The stuff that
they have to deal with.
Extenuating circumstances, as they say.
The stuff that the bus drivers have to deal with, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't sit there and I couldn't wait for 10 minutes for a person in a wheelchair to get on the bus. And I have patience. I'm known for having patience.
Let me tell you something. People who get on a wheelchair, I've been saying this for the longest. They should probably have a separate.
But that's discriminating.
It sounds wrong, but they should have a separate bus.
It slows down the commute when you have disabled people get on the bus.
Does it happen often enough for it to be a problem?
I would say not since COVID.
Of course, not since COVID. I'm talking about in general.
Before COVID, yes.
Yeah, all right.
You had at least, it can only fit 2 people at a time on the bus. So if there's a third person, you have to just say you can't get on the bus, there's not enough room. And they love it. Or when it's a whole bunch of older people sitting down on the bus now, they tell the person in a wheelchair, we don't have enough room on the bus, I can't. It's like, but those old people can move.
I remember back in like 2010, maybe. Was it 10?
You talking about the old lady that was blind?
Yeah, I was about to say, there was an old white lady I got on the bus one time. It was 2010. I was in like high school. And she got on the bus, and a woman was sitting at the front of the bus. And she said, she reminded me, you know what she was? She was the white stank meter.
What's the stank
From
meter?
Boondocks.
Oh.
Nigga, she got on the bus, and she took her cane and flicked it and kicked the woman's foot. And the woman looked at her like, what the? And this, I know no one's sitting in my seat. And it was like, what the fuck?
Well, nobody know that she was going to be on did she think we know that she was going to ride a bus? Oh, I think her thought process is when you automatically see her, she's blind, you should get up and move, which is what you should do.
But a woman was sitting in my bed. She took a cane and kicked her foot and hit her foot with a cane. The woman looked up like, what the? And she said, I know no one's sitting in my seat. And she looked at her like, and she did a stink face and just walked off. I said, that woman mean. I said, what the hell?
You know what? She's probably so
bitter person, yeah.
Not
Being
just
blind.
that. She probably has dealt with a lot of people that would not get up and move. So now when she get on the bus, she just set the tone. Like a black woman does.
Let me tell you something.
Black women are known for setting the tone. They're very assertive.
Oh, you on the phone? The customer service, she set the tone from the get-go.
The tone is
this
set.
This is how it's going.
You're not gonna talk to me crazy. You're not gonna disrespect me.
And we'll hang up on
And we're gonna have a polite conversation. We're gonna have a good day today.
I remember a dude was like, why is it when you break up with a woman, she turned into a damn she turned into a service worker. How can I help you, sir? Like, we're not dating no more, so now
it's on a
super proper, super duper professional level.
It's no longer on a personal level. I know you.
How are you, sir? Are you doing okay? I wish you well in life.
I wish you well in life. Have a great day.
Petty as hell. All right, let me show this.
And what is exactly the White House's definition of a recession?
Again, I'm not going to define it from here. I'm just going to leave it to the NBER as we have stated of how they define recession.
Okay, so you won't declare one until they have declared it one.
I'm just saying that we're just not going to define it. We use the indicators that the NBER, the National Bureau of Economic Research, have used. We've mentioned that a few times.
And what is exactly the White House?
So she can't define.
They don't define stuff no more.
They're not allowed to define it. We saw a Supreme Court justice.
They like the YouTubers that do audits on the government and the officers. I don't answer questions.
Yeah, I don't answer questions.
They don't answer questions.
Those audited videos, niggas can't. There's one black channel, one black dude who do that. He's in North Carolina. I think there's another one I saw of a dude who's in Seattle.
He shouldn't be doing it.
There was one black dude who do it in Seattle, but he be on buses. And when they try to kick him off the bus, he be like, I have a right in this country. Yeah, he be doing it in Seattle. Let me show you.
Many of you have reported on. As Secretary Yellen said on Sunday, 2 negative quarters of GDP growth is not the technical definition of recession. It's not the definition that economists have traditionally relied on. There is an organization called the National Bureau of Economic Research, and what they do is they look at a broad range of data in deciding whether or not a recession has occurred. That is the problem many of you have reported on.
The Democrats look so bad all the time Because they're constantly trying to change public perception.
All they do is lie.
They're constantly trying to make sure the public perception is the way they want it. So when you say it's a recession, oh, but the jobs are up. But people are telling you, hey, man, inflation is a mug right now. Groceries more expensive. Forget all that other shit you're talking about. They were bragging in the last 2 weeks of last month or something like that. Gas prices slowly went down. And they were like, oh, no one wants to talk about gas prices. Like, bitch, it's still $4 or $5. What are you talking about? Like, it ain't better.
It's still over $5.
It's like, you know how back in the day you can get a pair of shoes. Well, I wasn't around the time, but you hear people say you can buy a pair of shoes for $20. And then they jump the price up
Back
to
in
$80.
your day, you could buy a pair of shoes for $20.
I'm talking about when name brand shoes back then. You could buy a pair of shoes for $20, and then they jumped it up to $80. And people go, what the? I can't afford this. And they drop it down to $50. And you go, whew. But it still went from $20 to $50.
If you was a kid and your parents were struggling and you got some off-brand shoes, this is when you start school.
Woo.
And everybody got Air
new
Force
clothes.
Ones,
Everybody,
new
look,
clothes.
let's keep it real for a second. The first 2 weeks of school, everybody wearing new clothes. After that,
you gotta match the other shirt with the other shirt. But this, you gotta switch it up. You cannot wear the same thing every week.
Look, you know,
Negroes pick up on patterns.
Let me tell you something. I knew niggas that didn't have common sense. They'll wear an outfit Monday, and then next Monday wear the same outfit. And somebody, some nigga gonna say, "Oh, this must be Monday." And you weren't the same. It must be Monday.
That's your Monday outfit, and you know what demographic is gonna call it out.
Yeah, definitely gonna call it out. All right, let me show this. This is her speaking on this again.
We're seeing, what we're seeing is that we are in a transition. We had this strong economic growth because of the work that this president has done in the past 18 months. And now what we're seeing is a transition into stable and steady growth. But we get it. We get that people are still feeling a little bit more pain. That's why we're seeing, what we're seeing is that we are in a transition.
So
transition is now recession.
Pretty much. They just...
Okay.
And this is how you know you're in a recession right now. Fed hikes interest rates by 0.75% point to second consecutive time and fight inflation. That's how you know this is a recession. Interest rates, they're trying to shrink the economy. They're trying to slow down the economy. They said they're trying to slow it down. They pretty much need to slow down printing that damn money. That's what it really is. They'll find another way to give Ukraine another $1 billion, though.
They get a weekly paycheck.
Yeah, it's a 2 week.
No, every 2 week paycheck.
Ukraine get a bi-weekly paycheck. As January 6th probe expands, officials worry DOJ resources are at a breaking point. We don't have the manpower. So now they don't spend so many resources on this bullshit. They feel like now, at this point, okay, we might not be able to do any more investigations on these. Because what they're doing is they're spending, you know how much money they're spending and manpower they're using to get all those people that went to that Trump rally, all of them. They said if you went there to go to the rally, hotel, anything, they calling you, they investigating you.
That's a witch hunt.
So that's thousands of people they got to go through, tens of thousands of people. And you know how long it's going to take? They knew that this is like a 5-year project. Maybe in a decade. We're gonna be in 2030 and they're gonna be arresting people.
like the Nazis, huh?
Yeah, they call them Nazis, which is funny you said that. They still wasting all the shit on this, man. Nothing's gonna come from this. I don't even think Trump gonna run. I think they're not trying to push DeSantis. GOP Senator Chuck Grassley alleges widespread effort in the FBI Justice Department to downplay negative information about Hunter Biden. We know this. What happened to Anthony Weiner's laptop?
Just disappeared.
You know, the ones that had all the underage stuff on it and all the secret details. What about the fact they already knew about the alleged emails between Hillary Clinton, the ones we don't see, or the ones that got leaked over in the Europe? You remember? It's funny. There were emails of Hillary Clinton's that was leaked in the Middle East that did not get leaked in America, or at least not in our media outlets, that was telling us that Hillary Clinton and her people around her were helping back terrorists to overthrow Egypt. They are behind. What's the name of that media company? Is it Al Jazeera? No. What's the name of that company?
One?
Al Jazeera is owned by whatchamacallit? That small country that got a lot of money. I forgot the name of it. There was a media company that Hillary Clinton was behind that was pushing something called the Brotherhood over there. It's like the Muslim Brotherhood. And it was literally trying to overthrow Egypt. In the emails, it admitted this. The same thing they did with Gaddafi. They were trying to do to Egypt, and it didn't work. They just set the whole Middle East on fire doing that. So I'm not surprised they're trying to cover up this Hunter Biden shit. A highly credible whistleblower has come forward to a senior Senate Republican alleging a widespread effort within the FBI to downplay or discredit negative information about President Biden's son, Hunter Biden, according to letters reviewed by CBS News. The information provided to my office involves concern about FBI receipts the use of derogatory information relating to Hunter Biden and the FBI's false portrayal of acquired evidence as disinformation. FBI Director Christopher Wray and Attorney General Merrick Garland on July 25th, the volume and consistency of the allegations substantiate their credibility and necessitate this letter. Is it sad that we know how corrupt that family is and nothing's going to happen?
Just like all the other families.
That's what I'm saying. Obama's, Clinton's, Bush's. Oh, the Bushes.
Reagan.
The Bushes got overthrown by the Trumps.
Kennedys.
Yeah, the Kennedys, they father go back to what do they call it? Moonshining. Mafia. He had mafia ties. That's who really got him up out of here, along with what's his name? Oh yeah. This right here. CNN polls the Democratic voters want someone other than Biden in 2024. Is that a surprise? So according to them, 75% of Democratic voters.
It should be way more than 75%.
That's what, the fact is only 75 and not 99. How y'all still willing to vote for this man? Now, they said that some of them said that if they had to vote between the people who voted for Biden last election, allegedly, if they had to vote between Biden and Trump again, they would still vote for Biden. That's where Biden get that 91% from. But majority of them don't want Trump or Biden. But then you got Andrew Yang, who's starting another party, calling it a centrist party, where he's trying to get basically a bunch of billionaires together. And, oh, sorry, hold on. Hold on, sorry. Sorry. Our professional situation going on. So basically, nobody want to vote for him, obviously. All right. Come on. Harris Newsom top list of Democratic preferences if Biden doesn't run. You think he's going to run, or they're just pushing this idea of him still running so they can just not make it obvious what they're trying to do?
I don't know why he would run.
He's not going to win.
He's not popular at all.
But is Harris Newsom popular?
How can they? She's not popular.
That's what I'm saying. Are they popular? That's what I'm saying.
No.
I think there's only one candidate, the Democrats got.
Michelle Obama?
Yeah. And she says in her book, I'm not running.
They lie.
They always lie and say they're not running.
That's part of being a politician.
I don't think they have another candidate that can run. I look around, Cory Booker, no. Klobuchar, no. Warren, no. The dude out of North Carolina, the governor of North Carolina, the white dude, I forgot his name.
He want to run for president?
The Democrats trying to push him as a possible candidate. No, he's not
running. I don't know
running.
nothing about him.
The Mississippi got it. No, I can't think of a candidate they got that's worth a damn.
If only Obama could run a third term. We're going to have to get this Constitution up out of here and change some stuff.
Good Lord, you just gave me ideas. Is that the whole point of all this? Are they really willing to get rid of the Constitution to bring Obama back? Now, this is what Van Jones had to say about black voters or African-American voters to Biden.
For African-American voters in particular, there's a special heartbreak because, first of all, the pain is more intense.
Heartbreak. So anything black people do is emotional. So they're not losing interest in Biden because of policy decisions. It's heartbreak. Their feelings are hurt.
Which means they want a hug.
The rising gas prices, food prices, it's really walloped the black community in a particular way. But the hopes were so much higher. And so you have a community that came out in huge numbers in 2018, huge numbers in 2020, expecting things to get a lot better. And instead, economically at least, it didn't come true. It got worse. And so you're going through a summer now of real heartbreak with black voters. The polls show that. And
heartbreak. Why do they emotionalize black people so much?
Because black people are emotional people.
But that don't mean it's a good thing.
No, I didn't. That's why I'm saying it. It's not a good thing.
Why wouldn't you say they might not want to vote for him because he ain't doing shit?
That's what we would say. If that was a black man's talking, that's
when
what
I showed that video of the Asian chick going around interviewing black men, they all said, Biden ain't doing nothing. I'd rather have Trump.
Exactly.
And I think Biden's got to take it very seriously.
How?
Well, a couple things. First of all, I don't think that they're doing a good job or even trying to communicate some of the stuff that's been done for the black community. For instance, billions of dollars for black colleges. Nobody knows that. The Department of Justice has
billions of dollars. Was that the $40 billion that they turned into 30? And they had to give it also to the native colleges.
Yeah.
And the other minority colleges. It wasn't just HBCUs in there.
So that was under the people of color.
It was a people of color
minority.
Bill. Any college that wasn't quote unquote PWI got money from that bill. And also it was Trump who signed the bill because every year before Trump, the HBCU presidents had to come to the White House and pretty much beg for the money they wanted. Trump signed a bill to just make it where it's annual. Every year it just automatically kick in. They didn't have to come to the White House and do a fake meet and greet, a photo op.
Trump said you don't have to bring macaroni and cheese
and your
fried chicken,
your greens. Although Trump did eat steak
well
done, which is hilarious.
So bring us some steak next time.
Trump one of the few white people that I know that I've ever heard eat their steak well done.
In Clark in place now, they are actually now going after police departments and fixing police departments in a way that hadn't happened under Trump. How
they fix the police department if we seen the damn police situation happen every damn day?
He said that never happened under Trump. What about the Obama administration?
Obama had the Trayvon Martin, Tamir Wright. Like, really?
It didn't happen under nobody. It hasn't happened under nobody.
And it's not
going to happen under nobody.
Backed off. The Department of Justice under Trump was charging people way too much criminally. They're backing off of that. You also have more black.
Didn't Biden just put out a bill where he want to give $300 million or billion or something like that to police for the police acting a police?
He's
act?
Not defunding the police. He's funding the police.
Black women put on the federal courts of appeals than has ever been done by any president. Even though it's had 8 years, he's done it in less than 2. He's doing stuff. They're not communicating. I think if I were the Democratic Party right now, the black community is a firewall. They need to be spending a lot of money on black radio, a lot of money in black media to just point out the fact that Joe Biden is there for the black community and is.
So buy off black media, Breakfast Club.
Well, then we know Breakfast Club is bought off.
So he pretty much said the Democratic Party is going to pay black media.
No asking for black Americans' demands, which are high demand right now, is reparations.
What we did for you. Tell what we think is good for you. What we did.
That's what black people was asking for during the campaign. They were asking for reparations. We're not gonna give you reparations. That seems to be on a high scale of things that black people are asking for right now is reparations.
Is doing stuff right now. That particular pain is not being addressed aggressively enough for African.
And of course, it was the crying Negro who said it. I'm still mad that he did that shit on TV, crying. And what are you doing? Just crying.
He crying like he sweat for the Democratic Party.
What up, Darren P? Because they lean on black women, so they have some emotion. That's probably true. It's the same thing they did when Trump gave the money to black colleges. They never brought it up during his presidency either, so they keep this energy with Biden. When Biden didn't give no money, he gave money that was already going to be given. He just did it more publicly. Like I saw somebody say, I never heard anybody make this point. Shouldn't they just give black colleges $1 trillion? Do you believe? Do you agree? If you had to be a person who wanted reparations in the context of education and land,
I don't
stuff,
want it in the context
Just hear my point first.
Of education.
Listen to my point. If you see a person who wants reparations from the context of education, land, all the other type of stuff, would you be okay with giving $1 trillion to HBCUs?
For what? For the black gatekeepers in charge of the HBCU to take it and pocket in their damn pocket? No, give me my cut. Give us our individual cut.
It's only $1 trillion. That's
what $1 trillion not enough.
No, the debt is more than. It's not the point about the money. It's would you be okay with them funding HBCUs with $1 trillion?
No, because I know what those Negroes that are in charge of those HBCUs are going to do.
You can just put councils there to make sure they do what they're supposed to do.
Put who?
Councils. Create councils over each college.
Or
each conference. Yeah, the public chooses. Yeah,
the public chooses them.
Yeah. Black people. You can't do that.
We do a good job of choosing, don't we?
When the last time we actually chose a leader?
What leader we choose?
Answer the question.
I can't say.
All right.
What leader did we choose?
That's the point. We never chose one.
Okay.
That's my point.
Because if you said somebody's name,
who?
I thought you was gonna say one person's name.
Who?
I thought you were gonna say Martin Luther King. We chose him.
He was being pushed by the media. If whether they push you on TV as a positive or negative person, that means they still pushing you.
I'm aware of that.
DOE issues 5th emergency notice of sale to crude oil from Strategic Petroleum Reserve. So 20 million more barrels of oil is leaving America's reserve. They're purposely trying to deplete it, like you said.
Yeah, they're trying to come on. We've already come to the conclusion that they are trying to destroy America.
How Pastor Darby said they're trying to bust up the country, bust up the
before they let you have anything. You asking for reparations. They'll tear it up before they give it to you. And that's what they're doing. They tearing up the country right now.
DeSantis is saying Chinese. Now, we all talking about Chinese people.
Exactly. But you did. If we could rewind back 10 minutes ago, when we talk about Chinese.
When that was then, this is now. Chinese investors shouldn't be allowed.
That was the past.
It's the past. The past is the past. Chinese investors shouldn't be allowed to buy U.S. properties, DeSantis.
They shouldn't be allowed to buy U.S. properties.
Which is crazy how Americans can't afford it, and but Chinese are coming in and buying the property.
You can't even get citizenship in their country, let alone buy property.
Nope. They're very strict. So either America is just selling off that land to get rid of debt, or some other stuff is going on.
Or China is actually, or the United States is actually China.
Already? Nancy Pelosi's husband just dropped Vita stock right before Congress is set to pass the Chip Plus bill. If I'm not mistaken, this is the bill that's pretty much like Build Back Better, but the Republicans didn't like it, so Manchin didn't like it. So the Republicans went in and revised it, changed the name, and now he's for it.
But Nancy said she don't be having pillow talk with her husband.
She said, the viral video of her saying, the man asked her, do you tell your husband about certain bills you're passing to help him with stocks and trading? And she said, of course not. But right before you pass this bill or sign this bill, all of a sudden he dumped some stock right before the bill passed.
You want to know why? Because when Nancy get home, her husband unfasten her bra and her titties drop
to her knees,
to her damn
and
knees,
telling him everything.
And she just starts spilling everything to him. She's vulnerable at that point. She can't help but tell him everything. It's not Nancy's fault.
A damn politician with breast implants. Lord have mercy. Why would you get implants as a politician?
Because Nancy said when she up here making these speeches, she got to be eye candy. She got to be something to look at or have something to look at.
Get a boy something to look at.
Nancy said those things are not just sitting up here just to look at.
What's it called? It said, y'all ladies put on a bra and ain't had a mess. For Taiwan, Pelosi visit is about U.S.-China controlling risk. So China is pretty much telling Pelosi, do not visit Taiwan.
She left on the midnight train.
She was supposed to go next month. Once again, y'all, August
to October.
October is going to be a lot of fire. She was supposed to leave next month, but she left yesterday. Right after a call that Biden had with some Chinese officials on Thursday. They're saying that they will go to war with her if she go there. You see here, Chinese army posts get ready for war, mentions over U.S. visit to Taiwan. And you know who backed China? Russia. They're like, yeah, you need to stay out of you need to stay out of Taiwan. Look at this. China commentator warns of shocking military response if Pelosi visits Taiwan. Is it possible they'll shoot down the plane she's in?
If they shoot down the plane, then we're in war.
Of course we are. That's the point. If they're telling America, hey, don't send no government officials to Taiwan.
I don't think they're gonna shoot it down though.
Do you think they'll fly down and embarrass the United States by flying her down to a Chinese military base and holding her for a couple hours and then sending her on her way? Just to embarrass them. They did the same thing with Bush. When George Bush or Clinton, I think it was Clinton, when Clinton first got in office, the Chinese officials, they captured one of their jets and they kept it and sent dude on his way. So they did that soon as Clinton got in office, the Chinese did that to test him. So, but a lot of people think that jet wasn't taken, that Clinton was just giving them a jet to learn the technology. So it's kind of a different way of looking at it. Propagandists warn China could down Nancy Pelosi's plane during Taiwan trip. That's why I'm asking. She might get a little more sticky than you think. For some reason, you think China ain't about that life. You think
China again. China.
This is because Nancy Pelosi is starting beef with them. This is a big deal. Russia about to get into this. China sends troops and tanks to Russia ahead of next month's military games.
Next month's military games is literally 4 days from now.
What's next month?
August.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's what, 3 more days left in this month?
Uh-huh. See another one. U.S. rocket system enables Ukraine to strike key supply bridge in Russia-controlled region. So now remember when we read an article in the story a couple months ago where Russia said that any foreign country that gives Ukraine weapons and those weapons are used to attack Russians or Russian soil, that they will destroy or destroy the head of the operation, which means in America that would be the Pentagon. Ukraine is now using the weapons to destroy bridges. How long before they destroy that main bridge that's connected to Russia, which will be a direct attack on Russia?
That'll probably be the last one to destroy.
So Russia said if that happens, they're going to destroy the head of the snake. The person who gave them the weapons, we're going to destroy your headquarters.
Well, people better not go to the Pentagon for a while until after it's blown up.
They really just doing some crazy shit. Russia highly vulnerable after Ukrainian forces bombed 3 bridges. Speaking of Ukraine, Zelensky is in vogue. What person in the middle of a damn war that broken down plane you see right there? They had to go to a what they call it, a scrap yard, junkyard. They went to a junkyard and took pictures in front of the plane. This is propaganda. Just like they say that Russians have lost 40,000 soldiers in this war and they're losing. Look at this. This is middle of a war, by the way. But he's talking about his marriage and how they stay strong during these times. Will his wife even be in the country if this was truly serious?
She should be.
Look at this bullshit. And they made sure to put all female soldiers around her.
She should be in Israel.
But now they already in Israel. Big Israel. Look at this bullshit. This is who you sending 2-week checks to. Every 2 weeks you sending these people hundreds of millions of dollars.
They're like, thank you.
Thank you for your service. Even though they seem to be running out of vigilantes. They seem to be running out of people to go over there and help them after those Americans were captured and ain't been seen since. They seem to be running out of people to go over there. Germany rethinks nuclear power exit due to threat of winter energy crunch.
Winter is coming.
China, Iran, Russia, America, all of Europe, most of the Middle East. This is all about energy. Who's going to be the energy superpower for the next century? Because there needs to be a rebranding of energy. They want to go green, as they say. But Germany reneging on that because... I hope you gonna read nigga. But Germany's reneging on that because they scared that Russia is shutting down so much of that gas coming to them. 80% at this point, 80% of the gas Russia was sending them has been shut down. They're gonna need this for the winter. They're already behind. So they're gonna turn the nuclear plants back on possibly, which is going against their entire thing they want to do.
Their belief. But
the EU is saying we're gonna make it where we're gonna disperse the energy evenly amongst all the countries that's involved. So if you're a country that got an abundance of energy or gas or whatever, and another country is struggling, we're gonna take your shit and give it to another one. But it's kind of hard to do that when you don't have an army. There's no EU army. They want one. That's part of why a lot of the people that live in the UK voted against it, staying in the EU, because they said the EU wants an army. If they get an army, they're trying to turn that into a super state. If the EU gets an army and you're in Poland and they want some resources you got to give it to another country like Spain, you can't say no. You're going to have to give them resources. Now, your citizens
are going to have to suffer.
Have to suffer because somebody else's. This whole situation is it's going to continue to deteriorate before at some point it'll pop off for real and you'll see bombs getting blown up. The Vogue shot is a celebration of Biden getting to give them $1 billion behind his nonsense war. Exactly.
I told you about that word nonsense.
Oh, hold on. We got to go back a little bit. Most HBCUs have black immigrants in a higher leadership role at these schools. Immediately, no. Oh, yes. First he said no because most African American people are not going to college. That money is going to go to black immigrants. True.
Go back up. George.
Huh? Oh, what up, George? Damn.
Shout out to George.
A little late, ain't
you?
You
late, George.
George said, fuck you, nigga.
You're late.
Yeah. But yeah, they celebrating taking people money. So while you struggling, while people over here struggling to pay for the damn milk and all that other shit, they just getting billions of dollars to allegedly buy weapons and blow people. How much of that money is
other one?
Huh?
Darren?
We already read that one, yeah. So he said why they want to talk about when Trump gave money to black colleges. Okay. So why bring up Biden, yeah. But yeah, they celebrating. How much of that money you think is going into his pocket? Zelensky.
A big chunk of it.
He got a bank account in Israel.
Yeah, he got a bank account in Israel. Shit, Israel getting some of the money. They saying it's going to the Ukraine. Big Israel got to share with little Israel.
All right, man. I think we went on long enough here. Damn, these things don't get a little too long, ain't they? 3 hours. Yeah. Oh, he said somebody keep doing something to y'all. What's it called? I can't put it up because fuck you, Travis. Get them bunnies. Oh man, this damn bot is messing up some of y'all comments. Face tears, joy. Face tears, joy. Yeah, it's messing up some of y'all contents. But anyway, man, I think that's it on that. We spoke about a lot of shit, geopolitics, a lot of stuff going on.
George, you ain't shit.
Oh man, you got anything else you want to say? Last words?
No. Thanks for everybody that decided to
we back.
Come
baby.
in, spend this 3 hours with us.
Yeah, so Brandon Jefferson.
If we get one more strike before September, it was the 3rd of September.
The day I always remember.
Because that's the day this damn channel got taken.
She should have finished. That was about to be golden. That was the day that this channel died. But Regina Harris, shout out to you.
Some people never got a chance to
Brian,
see it.
Shout out.
Never heard nothing about it.
Shout out George. Shout out Darren
George,
P.
we depending on you to tell us the truth.
Shout out G-Rock. But yeah, man, we about to go ahead and get up out of here. Let y'all go.
Oh, he said he didn't get no notification.
Yeah, okay.
She said, good show. I got all my cleaning done.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you too, man. Yeah, man. Good to see y'all. Glad y'all came. Please make sure you like the stream, please. Like it before you go.
Oh, he turning into one of those people.
No. See,
please like the channel.
Y'all gotta give us credit.
I ain't begging nobody to like no channel.
No, listen. We gotta give us credit.
No video.
We don't do. When we do. I kind of got it on the screen. Right?
Like, comment. Please like, comment, subscribe.
I got it on the screen.
And share.
And in the description.
Please,
please be a hoe. All right.
Oh God.
All right, man. Y'all be safe. All praise to the Most High. And peace, man.